Good evening and welcome to the fourth episode of the Checkdown Podcast of Houston. I'm your host, Robert Lopez, with my co-host, Roy Swan. We have two special guests in the studio with us, Coach Robinson, Manville wide receiver coach, and Coach Gully, Shadow Creek Titans. Shadow Creek Sharks. That was a shot to Billy Starling. Shadow Creek defensive backs coach and state champion of the season this past week. Congratulations.
Well, appreciate it.
Coach Roy, how you doing, bud?
Man, I've been sick, man. I'm trying to get over being sick. Probably because the Cowboys keep losing.
Come on, man. Come on. Come on.
That's kind of disgusting. But I'm going to do like Steve did last week. I'm disowning the Cowboys until they fire Jason Kidd. If they don't fire that dude, I'm a Bengals fan. Y'all heard it here first. Bengals.
What's going on with the Cowboys?
They suck.
Coaches, are you guys Cowboys fans as well?
Absolutely not.
Oh, man. I thought we had him. So, Coach Gully, how long you been coaching with Shadow Creek?
Since they opened. This year 4.
Year 4?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you coach defensive backs. You guys are in Class 10, 5A, correct?
Yeah, District 10, 5A.
Excuse me. Who's y'all's toughest opponent in that district?
Most would say it's Foster because we always have dual games with them. Had to come back and beat them 3 out of the 4 times. See them during the season, then we saw them in the playoffs. So I say Foster.
Okay.
But we're 4-0. So
of course.
it is what it is.
So you guys have never lost to them?
No. We only lost 1 game, and that's the Highland Park.
Okay.
30-1.
Huh?
30-1, right?
31-1.
31-1. 4 years.
So why do you think Foster gives y'all such a hard time?
They have good dudes, man. They have some good kids over there, and it's a lot of passion when we play Foster. I'm just gonna be honest with you. And sometimes I think it's the best of our kids starting off, and then once they settle down, we just play our brand of ball and we do work, and we finish. So we had to finish those games. 3 times we was down, and we came back and won. So.
Wow.
So we'll take it. We don't have to play them no more. We're 4-0, so I can say what I need to say on here today. So
I was at the regular season game with the kids, and y'all were down like I think it was like 17 or 16 or something with like 2 minutes left. So me and the boys was like, let's beat the traffic.
RJ and Royce?
Yeah. So we get to like the ramp walking down, and we hear the crowd go crazy. Okay. So and we're like, okay, Shadow Creek scored. We get to the truck. We hear them go crazy again, and when we ride by the scoreboard, Shadow Creek's winning. That's how quick it happened.
Man.
But they were losing the whole game, and then they came back and beat them. And this year, I was supposed to go to that game, but I went to the North Shore Katy game, and I looked at my phone, and they were I'm like, oh, man, they're about to lose. They were supposed to go to state, and then I kept watching on my phone. I'm like, these people, they hate y'all. I guarantee they hate y'all.
They probably do. That's all good. All love. That's what it is.
So how long you been coaching, not just with Shadow? Is that the only school you've been with?
Mm-mm.
How long you been coaching total?
This is my 11th year.
11th year. What did you coach prior to Shadow
Katy
Creek?
Morton Ranch, out in Katy area.
Wow. Okay, cool. Wow. What years were those?
09 to 16, I think. I came to Shadow Creek in 16.
When they first became.
16, yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay, cool. Coach Robinson?
Yep.
Doing all right tonight?
Oh, yes, indeed.
How was your Christmas?
Pretty good.
How was everybody's Christmas? I totally
Blessed,
dodged that.
man. Blessed.
Yeah?
Santa didn't bring me anything.
Well, I am Santa in my house. I already talked to my kids about that. So you had a good Christmas, Coach?
Oh, yeah, man. My kids, they got what they asked for, and it's a blessing to always see a smile on their face.
Of course. How long you been in Manville?
This is my 8th year at Manville.
Manville. And total amount?
Total, this is my 14th. Before Manville, I was at Baytown Sterling.
Oh, wow. Okay, so you guys...
Man, I didn't even know that.
That was a humbling experience.
I've heard some interesting things about that school. None of them very positive, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, as a coach, I learned a lot from working at Baytown Sterling. I mean, you got to coach every single week. You know, when you're at a school that's really good,
yeah,
you know, sometimes
take a back seat sometimes.
You don't have to game plan as hard because you just know you got more dudes than those guys.
Okay.
But yeah, Baytown Sterling, shit, you got coaches every week.
You're getting stretched all over
Oh,
the field,
absolutely.
right?
Who's the head coach over there?
At Baytown Sterling. So one year, well, my first year, it was a guy named, shucks, you remember this a long time ago. Herb Minyard.
Okay.
And then it was A. Dudler from Clear Lake.
Okay.
Okay, so my high school offensive coordinator, Guerreri, went to one of those schools. Maybe it was Lee.
He may have come after I left.
Okay.
So, but when A. Dudler brought the wing tee as a receiver coach, I knew it was time for me to go.
Wing T. I think we ran that in high school.
That's
It was a dead end offense. So, I know you have 2 boys, correct?
Yes, Champion Chief.
All right. Well, shout out to Champion Chief. Do they play any sports? Do they play football?
Yes, they play baseball and they play football and they play a little basketball. As a matter of fact, my youngest son, Chief, plays with JJ.
Yeah, he plays with my son.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. When you walked in, I was like, okay, these guys know each other.
Yeah.
Roy?
his nephew is also Brayson.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Brayson plays with his son,
Uh,
Roy.
Robinson.
Yeah,
Yes.
number
Oh,
6.
wow. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Is he Bruce's cousin?
That
or-
Bruce is my
That's
brother.
his brother.
Oh, wow.
I'm the
Small
older
world.
brother.
Small world,
Yeah.
man. Wow.
So I guess my question to y'all is, what you got?
No. Good people.
How many kids at your positions, if y'all remember, have y'all sent D1?
Well, since I've been coaching, I've sent close to, and I don't want to quote, but I'm pretty sure I'm close between 25 and 30 receivers D1. Now, this year was my first year coaching quarterbacks. And I think the quarterback that I had, I think he's a Division I kid, but this is his first year starting at Manville High School. So that might have hurt him a little bit.
Is he an underclassman? I mean,
He's a senior.
Oh,
And he's actually going to go to Navarro. But he has a legit arm.
Yeah.
Kid is accurate. He just only played and started 1 year.
okay. Well, I mean, there's always room for improvement. You know, it's not like he's done with football. So
No, he's not. He got
Yeah.
another opportunity to try to prove himself.
yeah, definitely.
Any players in the league for you?
No, but I did have a kid that got a tryout, Carlos Thompson. I don't know if y'all remember him. He was
I
on
do remember him.
Last Chance U.
Yeah.
Then I had another kid named Kerryon Parker. I got some letters from the Raiders and different organizations asking about him. So that's pretty exciting that those kids get those
heck
opportunities.
Yeah. My son is like the biggest Last Chance U watcher, and he knows exactly who Carlos is. So.
When I was watching it, I was like, man, this kid from Manville, man. Like, he's from Manville.
Yeah.
Yep. And he had all the opportunities in the world, all the talent in the world.
Where did he go to Tech first, right?
He went to Tech first. That didn't work out. He went to a junior college out in California.
Mm-hmm.
Then he went to the JUCO in Kansas. But the kid, he has talent. He's a talented kid. He's actually a really good kid. Probably made some bad choices.
Of course,
but
it's a growing process.
yeah,
you know,
but I mean, he hopefully somebody give him a shot because he's a player. He definitely is.
wow, that's crazy.
And he's not big at all, man. He's maybe 5'9".
Well, that's big compared to me. I'm a small guy. So.
But he's tough, man. He
Yeah.
just makes plays.
I know he's got some wheels on him. So
Yeah.
What about Sean Dykes? How will he do? Will he do anything after Memphis?
I hope so, because Sean is a very versatile. I always tell people he's the best slant runner I've ever seen. Like, I don't care what coverage you play, he's going to get inside leverage. He's going to make that slant catch. At Memphis, I think they let him play a little H, so he plays some tight end, a little fullback, then they'll flex him out, which in the league aspect, that's good. I mean, that the kid is versatile. He can do many things. I hope he gets a shot, because to me, he's a great player.
wow.
What about you, Gully? I know y'all got the big defensive end. So me and the kids used to go to Morton Ranch basically every other Friday. Mm-hmm. We was out there every other Friday watching them play. And they had a big defensive end. He plays for the Vikings now. So
Yeah, Daniil Hunter. He is a special type of kid. He just watch him on Sunday. You see what we're saying. He ripped up veins everywhere. He's been like that since probably his senior year.
Wow.
And his work ethic is crazy. He getting paid now to select to the Pro Bowl again. So that's one I was associated with that made it to the league. Far as DBs out there, had around 3 to 4ish. But here at Shadow Creek, we had 3 last year, about to have 2 more this year. So within 2 years, it's 5. So graduating wise. So
it's Xavion Alford, correct? That's defensive back. How's
UT.
How's his work ethic? I've
Oh,
heard a
he's-
lot about the kid.
He's a good kid, man. He works.
Yeah.
He was a receiver his freshman year.
What?
Yeah, people don't know that.
Yeah, I didn't
So
know
we
that.
was looking. I'm always looking to find somebody. So we had a safety, and we was like, man, we kind of need another safety. And I said, is that kid gonna be a varsity guy for y'all? They was like, he may be. I said, well, I need a free safety. Boom. He started every game his sophomore year, and never looked back.
Wow.
So we had a number 13 in the state championship this year. He was playing receiver the first 2 games, but he started at corner for 12 games for us. Yeah, people don't know that.
Wow.
I mean, you got to just find
Some
a role
coaching.
and play. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you fast and can do a little something, I can teach you something.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're aggressive, you can't be out there not trying to hit nobody.
Of
but
course.
if you're gonna compete and you're not starting on the other side right now, and you got some hunger in you, hey, come over, see what you can do. And he just kind of passed people up. It wasn't like giving to him. It was like we needed depth. And he started working. I was like, hold on, man. This kid actually is pretty good.
Pretty good.
Inserted him in. He started learning, and he started playing
Never
ball.
looked back.
So they might try to get him back in the spring, but that ain't happening. Sorry, Coach. My bad. I mean,
How do you feel the kid is gonna like the Texas decision? Do you think that's a good fit for him?
I think it's a good fit. It's been a lot of moving lately at UT for us. OC, DC. I think the OC got reassigned, something like that, right?
DC fired.
And the DC was fired.
Right.
Definitely.
And
U of H curse.
you're kind of right. You shaft us, you get shafted at some point. I think he's gonna be fine. I just don't like that shaking and moving of DCs right now. So
Yeah.
I don't know if they hired anybody yet. So I've been trying to look to see who they hired and what type of scheme they're gonna run. He's gonna be fine in whatever scheme, but you care about these kids and you don't want them to get bamboozled because them, a lot of coaches, that's their job, and they say they care about you. They can be gone in 6 months.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna say high school, the last level where coaches actually care. I'm not gonna say that, but it's some genuine, like, hey man, we want you to be like
Successful.
It ain't like, hey, I'm gonna be here at the bowl game and I go get another job. You get what I'm saying? Because that might happen to OU. I'm sorry, OU, but it might happen. They might be going to D-Town. That's the rumors, right?
Quit OU, please. Quit today.
I'm just saying.
Y'all
like,
gonna lose to LSU, so just quit today.
I picked them to win.
Oh yeah,
I'm that
he
guy,
picked-
remember,
he
I'm that
picked
guy.
OU.
But
I'm not an OU
it would
fan.
be nice to see the Houston kid Jalen Hurts win one though.
Yeah.
hey,
I'm all for it.
that's a hard-working kid right there.
Yes.
Man.
Yeah.
I would like to see him rub it in Saban's face
Yeah,
because
that's a hard-working kid.
he had no reason. So I hate the Applewhite. What's the other dude's name?
Chris
Sims.
Sims.
Yeah.
The Applewhite Sims thing was a shaft, and the Hurts Tali Woo Waka Waka was a shaft. It was a shaft, dude. Like they shouldn't have took the dude out. They shouldn't have took his spot. That's why I hate all these quarterbacks piling up in one school. Like, if you're the number one, I know people want to compete, but dude, if the number one QB is there, why go there? There's like 150 other schools where you can go and play. Why go pile up behind each other and then transfer? Because that's all they end up doing.
Yeah.
You got all of these starting quarterbacks started somewhere else in these championship games. They all basically started somewhere else, and then they transferred to the school that they're at now. That's crazy. The dude from LSU came from Ohio State.
Yep.
And the dude from Ohio State, where'd he come from?
Georgia.
Yeah.
So it's like merry-go-round quarterback. Stop piling up behind each other. You can easily just go somewhere else where they don't have a number one or they
Make
got a
name for
junior.
yourself.
And, so I don't know, man. It's crazy to me that they do that. But I thought Hurts shouldn't have never been taken out of his role as a starter.
I agree with you. I like that kid. We actually played him his last high school game at Manville in the playoffs, and it wasn't good for them.
Yeah.
I think we beat them like 70-10.
Really?
Yeah, but turn on the bowl game, and he's basically emulating our quarterback at the Texans.
Watson.
Yes. He was on the scout team portraying Deshaun Watson like a couple weeks later.
Can you give us any inside scoop on King? What is King going to do?
Man, I don't know, but I hope he stay with the Cougs. I mean, just because I'm being biased in that.
Yeah, man, that's
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a big deal. I
think
never
he's
thought
gonna
he would do
leave.
something like that.
I think
he's going to
I
leave?
think he's gonna leave.
He has 1, 2 left.
One.
I saw Kendall went to Arkansas, so I wouldn't be surprised if. I don't want to leave either, but I mean, him and Kendall had a good
You
thing
know,
going.
at the end of the day,
I don't
the
want him to
kid
leave.
he's a great kid. He
He
did
is.
great things for Manville. He did great things for U of H. You know, would I be mad if he leave? Absolutely not, because the kid got to do what's best for him.
Of course, of course.
So
Yeah, because it's the college game is kind of like the NFL too, man. They're gonna throw you to the curve just as quick as they can. Just look at Hurts.
right.
Look at Hurts.
Yeah.
You gotta do what's best for you in all levels, except little leagues. Y'all idiots. They're kids. They don't get to do what they want. Okay, when they sign letters of intent, then. But now, let us coach them and shut up. Okay.
Hey, that's same high school though. Let's take on. Trust in us. So, like I said, Zay, when he go to UT, he's a good kid, a hard-working kid. Love him. He gonna do great. He gonna ball.
Yeah.
Just you want to make sure things are settled, so you know where you're going. It's a business when they get to that level, but you also want to go in there and have somebody to watch out for him and do what he need to do.
So going in, I don't mean to take the shot at you or anything like that, but we're gonna focus on the championship game.
Oh, my bad.
No.
I'm just here, bro.
Hey, it's all right, man. We're gonna get there.
And you know what? Wish you guys the best of luck. So going in last Friday to the game, how was the team? How were they responding to playing at AT&T Stadium?
I'm gonna be real honest with you. It was like a normal game.
Wow.
And I think that's because we went the previous year, and we had been ingrained in them. Don't look up the jumbo screen, don't get all wide-eyed. And that whole day, I was like, man, this feel like another week. And we started traveling 2 weeks before that, because if they're gonna play that UIL state championship in Dallas, we might as well start beating people in round 3 and 4 away.
Yeah.
Because you're going to have to be not normal with your kids in a hotel, waking up. That's not normal for a high school kid. So, I mean, when we played Manor in San Antonio, I mean, we stayed in a hotel. We started traveling. Then we went and played Wagner there. We basically said if we can't go play Wagner in San Antonio, why are we going to Dallas to play Lone Star or Den Ryan? So, and the mentality of the kids, like, we got to go win this on the road. And that's what they did. So, I think it helped us. I mean, they was out there. They was confident. There was no lack of confidence whatsoever in them or the coaches, because we had a good game plan, and the game was close. But the game was close. I ain't gonna say it.
I'm gonna say it for you, Kyle. Watch the game, and the better team won the game. They looked better.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't even, in my opinion, it wasn't as close as it looked at points.
Exactly.
I just think at a certain point you guys just lost a little momentum, but the whole game you guys pretty much controlled until I know I was on the edge with my son on the last play of the game. That was intense.
And you know,
I wasn't on the sideline.
Crazy thing about that, I was kind of blurred out a little bit, to be honest. On that last play, I wasn't nervous because I was like, oh, I'll knock it down. But when it was up, I kind of like, I think
Froze.
my heart, I don't know, something stopped. And I was like, pause. And when they threw the ball up, I said, oh, shoot, we knocked the ball down. Like, oh, that's game. And yeah, the hook and ladder to get down in a personal foul. I was like,
Man.
oh, come on,
Y'all
guys.
had quite a bit of penalties that were called late on y'all.
Yeah, I was like, hey, just protect the sideline. They had no timeouts. Just get him down. It was good on their part. I mean, the starburst was good on their part. We told them watch throwback, reverses. We ain't telling them watch starburst. We ain't seen that. You know what I'm saying? I hadn't seen that in a long time. So when they did it, I said, it was a hold. It was a hold on that, matter of fact, but we ain't gonna talk about that. If we want to be just
referees aren't good.
I saw a lot of complaining about the refs after the game from up north fans.
Okay.
There's a whole lot of calls on that game that
Could have gone both ways.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I mean, it was
happens.
give and take. I mean, you'd rather come down to that than leaving the ref hand.
Yeah.
The kids finished it on the field, and we stayed champs. So we'll take that.
Great game, man. It was a real great game.
It was the best game of the whole weekend, I think.
I agree.
If
I
we're
agree.
gonna be honest about it.
I agree.
Have you ever seen two kids like that on the same team before?
No.
That is crazy that they have two defensive ends. Were they both 6'6", 6'7"?
Well, 6'4", 6'5"-ish.
Okay,
and they both
somebody
they both,
exaggerating a
yeah,
little
they
bit.
exaggerate, but they're big. And they both
16 is definitely big.
16 is a baller.
and they both start at receiver
And the end.
and DN. It's
That's
crazy.
crazy.
16's going to
Bama.
Alabama, right?
Yeah.
They say he's going to play outside linebacker. I don't know. I don't know.
I like
mean,
him at tight end. That kid,
yeah.
he look good, man.
You know, but in at this level, going both ways, you're gonna get tired.
Yeah.
I mean, I know they do it because them dudes are exceptional athletes. But at some point, somebody not gonna run that route right, or somebody gonna be tired. All it takes is one play. But that number one, the other Sanders, 16 is good, but the other Sanders, he a man child too.
Yeah.
He's a junior, right?
Yeah, he a junior. Him and number 2 juniors, they coming back.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, the Bowman Jr.
Bowman,
kid.
yeah.
Wait a minute.
Yeah,
what,
he's
what,
special.
they going to be in 5A again?
Yeah. Y'all might see him, big dog.
Yeah, you know what? I hope we do see him. Because, I mean, we'll be in Dallas.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. That's the
Yeah.
only way you'll see him. Yeah,
That'll be the best meeting of the year. Huh?
Yeah.
See them.
Yeah, you know, they well coached bunch, man. They got good special teams, good defense. It was very similar, but them guys go both ways, man.
Yeah.
I mean, they play their hearts out, but it's just they gonna take plays off here and there. I mean,
You think that's like when I was in high school here, well, I played 4A, but his name is 5A right now.
I played the whole time when I played.
Yeah, I played pretty much the
Yeah.
whole game. Like, I came out every now and then, but we was playing the whole game. Like,
So
we
you-
were winning state like that.
So they get their breaks though. So you might see one in, and number 30 might be a DN, and them 16's out.
Yeah.
Most people didn't recognize that, but he was getting his breaks. And on offense, you might see him out when number 2 and 1 in, and then he come in. It's only rare that you see all 3 of them in. But when he got late in the game, they're trying to score. All 3 of them was in there together. But, I mean, hey, they exceptional athletes. I mean, the running back was good, too. We shut him down, but that running back was killing people all year long.
Shout out Quick Six from Denton Ryan, right?
I think he's from Denton High. Is it Denton Ryan or Denton High?
I thought
it was
he went to Denton
School.
Ryan. They got 3 high schools in Denton.
They
Is
got,
it Denton?
getting Geyer, too, right?
Geyer.
It's Geyer.
It's just
Denton
a regular
High.
Denton.
I think so, bro.
I'm not sure.
I'm gonna have to Google it, but
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's a.
Shout out Quick Six. He from somewhere over
Yeah,
there.
he
They
from
had,
somewhere in Denton.
Somewhere
they
up
had 2
north.
teams up there. So that's
They had 2 in it. That's what we was hoping.
Man,
I was
I was-
pulling for these
I was
guys.
hoping.
You know, we was like, people
Oh,
like,
okay.
y'all don't want. No, man, I'm pulling. I got friends over there.
Yeah,
I mean,
I-
the kids are kids. You know, you would love for 2 teams from the same district to go win it. I don't know if that's ever been done.
Nope.
I don't know.
yeah.
Because, I mean, we weren't competing against each other.
Nah, we don't play each other. So we was rooting for them, and when Marshall advanced, I was like, damn.
Hey, speaking
Then-
of Marshall, though, y'all talking
Root
about
for
those
him.
guys.
Yeah.
Denton Ryan had athletes. They have the 2 best athletes, I believe, in the state of Texas.
Man, those boys are track stars, man.
That quarterback and that running back,
Yeah.
those kids are special.
Who do you compare? Who do you compare that running back to?
If I can compare it to anybody, he reminds me a lot of a Warwick Dunn. He's not real tall.
They're not gonna know Warwick.
But that's who
everybody gonna be like,
that's
who?
who he reminds me a lot of because he's shifty, he's low
got
to
a
the
burst of
ground.
speed.
Yeah, and then once he hits the hole, he hits it hard.
Man.
Yeah.
That was
He
watching their game was entertaining.
special
as well.
athlete.
Yeah.
I don't even know if he got all state. If he
He won the Houston Player of the Year.
touchdown club
Yeah.
for sure, but I looked at all state. I was like, man, this is false.
I don't
It's
see how
no
that could
way.
happen.
That kid is like Reggie Bush to me. Like he does everything.
Yeah, and he's very comparable
Everything.
to Reggie Bush. And if he line up on the track, he may be the fastest kid in the country.
Yeah.
Man.
I know he's the fastest kid in the state of Texas.
You better take your angles on him. He's gonna
Oh,
outrun
he
you.
gonna,
he gonna outrun
rank
the
those.
angles.
He the fastest kid in the state of Texas, and he never raced Matthew last year. But it would have been a duel if they ever did. The bowling kid from
Yeah.
Straight,
Yeah.
he's that type of fast. He's a roller.
I wonder why that race would never happen. Like you got those
Then-
two kids, Texas Relays
Yeah,
or
that's
some
true.
kind of place where they
But
put
they-
those 2 kids.
Devon didn't run the 100. He ran the 2. But they never
They
raced
never
each
met
other.
up.
Nope.
I don't remember ever racing because I wanted to see it myself.
Real
'Cause
quick,
they
there
can
is a
roll.
Denton High. It's Denton Broncos. They are 1-4.
I think that's what Quick from, bro.
Quick 6.
I think
You from Denton Broncos? Y'all are terrible.
Poor Denton Broncos.
I think, man, I'm not sure. It could be Ryan, but I think he's Denton.
I thought he was from Denton, right?
They lost to Lone Star 75-0. First game or second game of the season.
Now,
Don't look up Texas City
now
on
look.
that. Don't
Now,
pull it.
I know you talked about earlier about new schools hurting school. All right, that's what new schools hurt a school because Denton used to be pretty good back in the day. I thought they was with Quick. I thought
Me
Quick
too.
was.
I thought Quick was going to the state championship. And I'm gonna look it up.
Is Geyer the newer school in that area? or
Guy
Ryan?
is new, and I think Ryan opened up early 2000,
Okay.
late 90s or something like that.
I know.
Sound
I know
right.
Geyer went back in
you're right.
2010. They
Yeah,
lost
high
to Steele High School.
So when did Ryan open? Swan, you know?
I don't. So Quick did go to the Denton Broncos.
Oh, he did. Okay.
yeah.
I feel like it was there because I think Coach Mo was with him. I think he was Coach Montgomery.
Okay.
I felt like he was like a OC, a head coach at Denton with Quick.
Okay, we're Quick. Okay.
I don't know. It sound right. I might be all wrong. Coach Mo, I apologize if you wasn't at Denton. My bad.
So let's move on to the next topic. Y'all being high school coaches, we competed well up there. We had Shadow Creek win, right? You had North Shore win, which was not even really that good of a game.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
dominated it.
Yeah, they dominated.
They
The score
dominated.
looks closer than what it
Yeah,
was.
they dominated the game.
You had
So, real quick, on the domination comment, would it have been a different game if Jackson was in?
I think so. I mean, it's tough to play with a freshman kid on
Of
that
course.
level.
Of course.
he looked good for a quarter.
Yeah. I think it would have been a little different, but I still think North
North
Shore
Shore.
would have
Yeah.
done what they did. You know, I don't know if they dominated as much, but I still think they would have got the win.
Okay.
I mean,
fair.
North Shore was down 2 kids too, Zach Evans and Shadrack.
Yeah.
Right.
So we really want to, right?
Play
I mean,
that.
We'll play tit for
Yeah.
tat.
Got to play
Yeah.
both sides. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
So and they substitute some guys in there, and them guys who stepped in their spots actually balled. So I mean, Jackson, he don't play defense with Duncanville.
True.
That's very true.
I mean, I know it does help when your offense can keep, moving the ball field position, but I mean, North Shore, that quarterback North Shore got is ridiculous.
I'm gonna get back to
Like,
him in a
It's
second.
ridiculous, man.
B-Rob, I got a question for you. Do you think that quarterback being hurt made it easier for North Shore to make the decision they made with the running back?
Not necessarily. I think that North Shore has a program, and when you have a program, you want to save that program's face. So just because you have a kid that's, a superstar, it doesn't matter because you still got many, many kids going to come through that program. So you got to send that message to everybody that, hey, if you're going to be a part of this program, you got to do the right things. Whether it's, right or wrong, those coaches made that decision, they stuck by it, and those kids bought in, and that's all that matters.
See, we talked about what's the idiot's name? The receiver,
Which one?
the crackhead.
Okay.
He smokes weed every year and gets kicked out of the league.
Josh Gordon.
Josh
Oh,
Gordon.
okay.
Okay, we talked about
I was
Josh
like,
Gordon.
At North Shore?
Not at North Shore. North Shore doesn't have a crackhead. He's already in the league, and he went to Baylor too. But those kids start somewhere. He didn't just become that person at 21, 22, 23. He was that person at 13, probably 14. Somebody's letting them get away with stuff like that. Hopefully this kid can learn a lesson from that. Hopefully he just doesn't take it as I'm going to. Is he going to Bama?
I don't know.
He hasn't committed yet.
Well,
Okay.
I think
there's
it's
a bunch of
LSU
rumors.
or-
Georgia.
LSU.
Because I know the Alito kid switched his from OU to Bama.
Oh,
so
man, that was...
Yeah.
So that kid's good from
Oh,
Alito.
yeah.
So
And I'll
don't
say
know.
this. I think that sometimes we can do a kid some injustice if we allow them to get away with bad things. If we allow them, just because you're a talented kid, to do what you want to, at the end, it's going to come back and bite you. So, as coaches, you want to always teach kids lessons.
I think that starts with us. Like us who are coaching them before we get them to y'all, right?
Right.
We're like in the little Facebook group we're in, I tell them we're the gatekeepers. Like we're the gatekeepers of football. What we send out is what y'all get, right? So if
Right.
we send out a bunch of kids with bad attitudes, y'all get a bunch of kids with bad attitudes.
That's true.
Yeah.
If we send out a bunch of kids with horrible technique, whatever we produce is what y'all get. You can't you can't get to you without coming through this level first. So if we got a bunch of terrible coaches, all y'all got to do is rework all the crap we taught, that we taught these kids. So like I try to tell people that right now, we got these kids that have attitudes, they pout, and they're superstars in Little League. They score 5 or 6 touchdowns. But, to me, I just see a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
A lot of people see, I'm going to win a Super Bowl. And they don't understand what they're doing to the kid. And I think the parents do too. The parents have to understand that, that kid's going to get sent to y'all. And what we tolerate because you paid,
You guys will not tolerate.
They won't tolerate. They're not going to listen to that crap. And they don't have to listen to you. I got to listen to you because you paid, right? Simple as that. But they don't. So, that situation is prime example of nobody's bigger than the team. You know what I'm saying?
Nobody's bigger than the team.
He's the best player in the nation. Not on his team, in the nation. This is all 50 states, Hawaii, Puerto Rico. There's not a Puerto Rican better than Zach Evans. You got me? And they didn't let that man play. But so I guess the next question, what I was going to go to is how do you think you guys, you're the head coach. We're not talking Manville. You're the head coach of Waxahachie High School. Coach Brian Robinson. He's in the state championship for the first time. He's got the number 1 running back in the state. And we're not going to get into what he does. He breaks a rule.
Right.
Do you send him home?
Well, it obviously depends on what rule is broken.
Yeah, you're right. It depends on what rule,
and how many times he broke it.
How many times?
It matters because, as a coach, you don't want to just have a good season and then come back and have consecutive bad seasons. So you want to build a program. So in order to build a program, you got to create good behavior. So if the kid is not going to abide by your rules, then you got to be okay with the consequences of not playing that kid in order to, build a program over a course of years. Because, let's not get it twisted. In high school, if you're not winning in some of these programs, you ain't going to be there.
Yeah.
So you got to make sure that you putting the right kids and building young men to be successful in our society.
Well, except at Texas City. You can lose as much as you want at Texas City, and you can still be there.
You talking about in high school or you talking about in Little League?
No, I'm talking about high school.
Okay.
You can lose as many games as you want.
Have they not changed their head coach?
I don't want to put these guys in the bad spot.
Oh, okay.
But I'm just saying, apparently, it doesn't matter if you win or lose in Texas City.
Yeah.
You just keep the job.
They
I
about to
can
go
say
D2
this:
though.
when we went to state,
Dropping down.
a couple
To
years,
4?
It's a 5A D2. Still 5A, but it's 5A D2.
So they're on their way down?
They didn't win a game. Well, maybe one they won.
were they in y'all district?
Mm-hmm.
Did they play y'all tough this year?
We were 7-0 at halftime.
Well,
they actually was tough for
yeah.
a half, and then we kind of broke it open.
The same
But
thing.
they-
When we
for
played
half.
them, they
They were
played us
tough.
tough too. They played hard.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's talk about this. All right.
They were tough, man. They were actually.
You got them started.
There
Okay.
was some hitting going on out there, man. I will say that. They actually was.
Look at that proud alum right there.
No, I'm not proud. I am not proud of this. This is like, okay, you get in the ring with Mike Tyson, right? And the first round, you hit him in the stomach, and then he knocks you out. And then he gets in the after fight and says, "Yeah, man, but the one time he punched me in the stomach, it hurt." Like that moral victory, they won one game. Look at it. Tell me what they won. He's pulling it up now. I don't want to talk about Texas City. When I was there, man, we had at least we had pride in football. We went back and we did a state championship reunion. It was a 20-year reunion. They were playing Friendswood.
They threw rose petals when Roy got on the,
Nah,
got
man,
on
I
the
wasn't that good.
campus.
But look at this. We lose to El Campo. Where is that even at? We lose
is-
to High Tower. Man,
I thought that was pretty good this year.
we lose to Gully. I know y'all have to be politically correct, and I much respect to all the high school coaches and the college coaches and all y'all, man. Y'all love each other. I don't care. Texas City should never lose to High Tower. You heard it here for it first. I got another. Let me.
You got it.
What's the difference between a Shadow Creek and a Manville and a Dickinson? Why can't Dickinson get over that hump? What's the difference?
Dixon might got to play North Shore second round.
True.
I mean, just the way the field goes. Sometimes everything align right.
So should Dixon kick some people out of school?
Nah, honestly, the hump they got to get over is that second round. Like, if they get past North Shore, then they'll probably see a Katy or something.
Or Atascocita.
Atascocita. So
They lost to Atascocita this year.
So that 6A big school, that's a gauntlet for you around here. Like, it is. Might not be for North Shore because they like, it is what it is. But I'm just saying, like, the mother school's like, man, it's the first round. I got to play him first round.
So what do you think about you guys maybe having that realignment to well, it's going to happen, but
Yeah, we're going to 6A.
What do you guys think about that? You ready for that?
Oh, yeah, we good.
Yeah.
I mean, thing is, I think with our numbers, we'll probably be 6A. Playoffs come, we'll probably be Division II.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah.
Pretty certain. And those teams that play 6A Division II this year, I felt like, we would have been
Up
right
there
in
with
the
them.
mix. I think so.
Westlake, right?
Westlake, Dengar, those good teams, but we're a good team as well. We lose some kids, but we have kids who had good time.
Step up.
Yeah. So it'd be a good year. I love competition. If it was up to me, I'd be like, play whoever wanted to show up.
Exactly.
But, it's not up to me.
Why don't you think you see more of that? Like we talking here about like 3A, 2A, 4A. Why don't you see a lot of those 3A teams playing up? Like, why don't you see them taking a challenge and coming? Or why don't y'all go and play like down? Why wouldn't you play down? Like Carthage. Why wouldn't you go play? Carthage?
Well, depth is not going to help Carthage against them. They're gonna have way too much depth. Carthage may have their first 5 players might be able to compete with them, but they got 22.
Yeah.
So I come from Newton where we played up.
All the time.
And this year they did. They played Gilmer. They played with Storms.
What
those
is
are
that?
big schools for them.
Newton is 3A, and
so
they play 4A. Okay.
Yeah,
Those
Gilmer,
are big schools for them.
West Orange, Sealsby, all them schools. They always play up preseason. So I come from playing. You show up, we're gonna play you because it's only gonna make us better.
Mm-hmm.
That's how we. That's the mentality.
Win or lose.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
We prefer to win.
Yeah, of course,
but,
of course.
But we always learn if you take that L here or there. But it's a big chance for them big schools to go play smaller schools. What are you getting out of it?
Mm-hmm.
That's how a lot of schools approach Newton. If I lose to y'all, I lost to Newton. But you beat me. If I beat you, it's like, you should. We're
Right.
smaller school. So I think that's how coaches look at it. I don't think they should, but I think that's how they look at it. I think Carthage is about the only one that we would consider maybe. Because Carthage is pretty good.
Yeah.
They just won. They going down to D2, though. They about to murder D2.
It's not gonna be.
My bad. I'm a cameraman.
No, you're good. You're good.
About
You're good.
to Go.
Coach B. Rob, we're gonna put you on the spot. Shadow Creek and Aledo. Line it up.
I'm going Allen ISD.
Oh man, they giving these politically correct. I gotta rock with Allen ISD.
Hey man, I root for those guys. I played football at U of H with I think 3 or 4 of y'all. How many is it? 3?
Yeah, me, Al, Green.
And I
Al
coached.
Green.
I coached with
Coach Green.
Brad. I coached with Ray, and I coached with JC. So I know those guys.
Yeah.
So I'm rolling with them. I think they'll get a lead.
I kind of felt like I should got a ring this year, man. I've been the biggest damn Shadow Creek fan.
He been riding with us though.
Hey man,
Yeah.
I watch those games every week. The kids this year we didn't go a lot, but last year we were at every home game, like with Shadow Creek. So, like I hated when they beat Texas City though. Like the first time I was kind of hoping like, all right, man, they're a new school. We probably gonna give them. Man, it was like
you saw the warm up.
Yeah, yeah, because the jerseys aren't the only thing black in Shadow Creek. Shadow Creek. I'm gonna get them in trouble.
Yeah, you are.
Nah, man, but it's like, and don't take offense to that, people. Like, it's Alvin ISD. When you think of Alvin, you don't think of an all black football team. Like, you don't. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't think that there's a – now, see, y'all didn't grow up around here. Mm-hmm. I grew up playing against the Alvin Yellow Jackets in Little League. I grew up playing against Harvey I grew up playing against all of those places, and those were not places where there were a lot of like black kids, black people.
Right.
So when Gully told me he was going to Shadow Creek, just in Shadow Creek, like when you go over there, that's not an area where you say, this is going to be a all black team. Like, and I think the first time I watched them play was Clear Lake. They scrimmaged Clear Lake, and I came to that scrimmage, and I was like, they only had like one white kid on the team, and I was like, wow, like this is now, you know what I'm saying? This is not racist or anything. Y'all don't take it the wrong way. It's just like I didn't expect to see that many black people in Shadow Creek. I thought y'all was like going to like to an all white school. I really did when you told me Shadow Creek, but when you go out there, it's like it's all, you know, it's a predominantly black school. It's like, you know, it's like a third ward.
Wow.
It's like, but you know, if you talk to these Houston guys, they say that what's happening is all of those kids are coming from the inner city and they're moving to Shadow Creek for, you know, and Manville and those places for a better education. Do y'all think that's the case? Like people are moving out there for, you know, to provide a better life for their kids, or do those kids just live?
And we got to take in the fact that that area is growing. Like, there's a lot of growth in that area.
There is.
So I mean, people are gonna move there, whether you know they're black, white, green, whatever.
Yeah.
People's gonna move in that area, and just so
It's a nice area too.
Yeah, it is a
And
very
the
nice
school's,
area.
The school's awesome. We have a 7-on-7 practice at y'all school,
Yeah, it's
and
nice stuff.
my you know, all the kids are just like, gosh, this school's awesome. It's big, you know, and it's huge. We're right in the front, so it's huge.
They got
And then
Lotus over there too.
Who?
Lotus Seafood.
I've never eaten it.
Yeah.
You never.
It looks
This
pretty
man
good.
has never had Timmy Chan. He's never had
I'm not
Lotus.
from Houston. I don't know. About
No Timmy Chan, no Lotus.
You're putting me on the spot right now.
I'm like, man, that's like our black viewers gonna drop by 50.
It's going crazy, man.
I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get the Timmy Chan's. I'm getting Timmy Chan's next show. I'm getting Timmy Chan's. I'm gonna eat it. And I'm gonna do that ASMR.
You gonna crunch it on the camera. Well, we gotta switch the subject before I get everybody in trouble, man. I appreciate y'all guys coming, man. But the other thing we want to talk about the new schools that are coming up like all over the place. So, B-Rod first. How do you think that Shadow Creek being built affected y'all initially?
Well, it definitely affects us as far as numbers, because we were a 6A school before Shadow Creek opened. So when they opened up, that dropped us down to 5A, not 5A Division 1, but 5A Division 2. So the numbers hurt, but as far as the program and being successful, we're still holding our own. So I don't think that they necessarily affected us in that aspect. But as far as like the numbers, then yeah, I mean, but anytime you open up a new school, somebody's going to take a hit. And, you know, they hit us with the numbers a little bit, but they're starting to grow back because that area, like I said, is continuing to grow.
Let's continue to grow. Mm-hmm. Did they build that school? Like I see the school, but did they build that school with the intention of it being like a big 6A school? Like, do y'all have space for more and more kids to keep coming to that school?
You know,
I'm not talking about football. I'm talking about like is the school big? Is it a big campus?
So for most schools, if you start getting high numbers, you can bring in T buildings. We don't have no spot for T buildings. In my opinion, I don't think we do, but they might put them out there in the retention area. I don't know. It could happen.
So speaking of that, that's what happened to us.
Yeah.
We still have them, and ain't nobody in them, but when our numbers reached capacity, they brought in portables.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that's where we house some kids at.
Yeah.
That's normal though. I had that in Morton Ranch. You have that in Katy area. That's why they about to have 9 schools. I think it's about to be 9 schools in Katy.
Yeah.
So, but that's the normal thing to do, to bring in portables. But I don't know what the space is where we at. We got room, but hey man,
You don't know where the space. So
I don't know.
I think that's why they're building these 9th grade centers too, right?
Well,
Yes.
that would have been perfect.
Yeah, that would been perfect for
Perfect. Yeah,
I know they just did one for Adobe, I think,
Yeah.
last year.
that would have been perfect. Because if you can do one of those,
So,
you
so does
Yeah.
that
Take a
keep
whole
you
grade
guys down if when you Like Dobie built their 9th grade center.
That still counts against their numbers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the numbers
Okay,
still.
okay.
But it's you're able to have more numbers because
Good.
the whole 9th graders have their own campus.
If you look at North Shore, they have a 9th
Okay,
and a 10th grade center.
Yeah.
Wow.
So they got school where only 9th graders and a school where only 10th graders go.
Yes. And I don't know what Allen got, but they got a lot of folks on that campus.
Allen has a small community college, probably. It's like 60,
69, 59.
Yeah,
Have you seen that stadium?
that's crazy.
What do you do with my graduating class was like 200? What do you do with 7,000?
My
people?
graduating class was like 98. I promise you, I'm
What
not
do
playing.
you do with 7,000 people at a school? Like, how does a teacher
do you
even
manage
teach?
that?
Yeah, that's crazy.
I think it's like a small college. Like
They run it like a college.
I think that's how they do it, bro. I don't think it's like too crowded and then I think it's plenty of room and everybody getting a good education.
Yeah, they must like it because they keep sending their kids
I
there.
know.
7,000 of them.
That's three 6As, man.
Yeah.
That's crazy. 3 6As.
Wow.
That's-
What's y'all's attendance at your?
We're
at
like
Shadow
around
Creek?
2,700 right now. Give
And
or take.
y'all's?
We are, I think, 1,900, a little over 1,900.
It's crazy. They passed. They were the big school. Then they were kind of even. Then
Yeah,
they
yeah.
passed them up.
Wow.
So
Man, we got the new high school coming, so
Yeah.
What do you? So, with that being said, do you think that's gonna affect any of y'all's schools?
no. Well, if you drive down 288, there's a lot of growth going there. Like the Meridiana subdivision is supposed to be bigger than the Shadow Creek subdivision. So I don't know if it'll hurt us or not, but I mean they're gonna need another high school because that community's gonna be so big.
Yeah, that's out there by Road Sharon and all that, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a lot of room down there, though. Like, a lot. By the stadium and stuff. So, yeah. I thought it was going to build Manville back up for a little bit, which is it kind of is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think when that opens, it's going to take some of those kids down to 88. Because they building around y'all school, though.
Yeah,
Like,
so
a
in
lot
the
of
city of
subdivisions.
Manville, the city of Manville itself has a lot of land. So they're gonna keep building communities all over the place. So I don't think I think Shadow Creek's gonna continue to be successful. I think we'll continue to be successful, and I think Meridiana has a chance to be successful also.
This is side question. I mean, it's like not a little bit off topic. What do you think happened to Pearland Dawson? I mean,
But Dawson had a great year this
Yeah.
year.
They had one of the best years they had in a
but
while.
I feel like every year they don't do anything in the playoffs.
Well, once again, you're going to see the Dickinsons and the North Shores and the Tallahasees.
Because Dawson lost to North Shore.
Yeah. I mean,
Pearland lost to Dickinson.
yeah.
Oh wow!
And then Dickinson ended up losing to.
Tallahassee.
Damn,
yeah,
North
so,
Shore.
That's a gauntlet, man.
I'm just saying.
You got to kick some of those people out of school. That's how you got to do it. You got to be like, you can't come here.
like Dawson. Dawson probably had one of the best years in man.
In a while.
Oh yeah, they went.
As a matter of fact,
undefeated.
I heard they had a quarterback that was pretty electric. I never seen the kid play personally, but I heard the kid, he was really good.
Yeah, they were good this year.
As coaches, what do you guys consider a successful season? Like, what do you consider this season this year?
At this point at Manville, and I'm sure for Shadow Creek, anything short of a state championship or a state championship appearance it's not that you're not successful, but that's not the type of year that you expect going in.
But they're not going to run, like, y'all are safe at Dawson. I mean, not Dawson. Y'all are safe at Manville. They're not going to come in there and be like, clean out your office for losing to the team that lost by 3 in the state championship.
No, I don't think so, but as far as coaches, what
Yeah.
our expectation is to be in Dallas playing in December.
Every year.
Yes.
So that's their. I mean, of course, it should be everybody's expectation.
And I think
but-
it's our kids' expectation and it's our community's expectation.
Wow.
Like, I'm sure Shadow Creek, them parents, that's all they know
yeah.
is playing in Dallas.
Yeah, the first time you don't play in Dallas.
Whoa! Pump the brakes here. What's going on?
Yeah, I'm like, who are these guys?
I know, right?
But that's a great expectation to have.
Yeah.
That your program is so powerful that when you don't play in a state championship, people are upset and crying. The community feels it. So that's what you want to build. You want to build a program where every single year you have a shot to win a state championship.
Contend, yeah.
That's why seeing Texas City in the state is in is so disheartening to me. because even before I went to high school, like when I was in 7th grade, 6th grade, like we were fans of the high school team. Like I was a fan of Tech City football. And when I was in 7th grade, I was at the stadium every Friday. My family, you know, people would go to the game, not to see a family member, but just to see the Tech City football team. And I'm pretty sure it's probably like that in Newton too. Like everybody flocked to that football team. And when I went back this year, the stadium's empty. Nobody's there. You know, it's not even worth watching. So, and that's a small community, you know, where everybody is cousins,
Right.
you know, are related in some kind of way. And, you know, nobody wants to go see the high school football team on Friday anymore. So I can get that. And I think our expectations, even more so at Lamar, when I was growing up, their expectations was state title every year. And this was like, you know, 8 or 9 straight years. And you know, I can see the same thing happening where you guys are with the talent that you have, you know, because that is that team. Who you guys lose to?
Marshall.
Are they always good, or was this like an outlier a couple years?
Marshall, they always have really good athletes, and they always have successful seasons. They've been in our district, I think, four years, and we've won more games than they have, but they've beaten us twice. They beat us last year, and then they beat us this year in the playoffs. So they have talent, and I mean, look at their track team. They probably is the best track program in the state of Texas. So they're going to always have athletes.
And I think, y'all going up? So I think they're going to take our spot
Yes.
in our district that we're leaving. I think that's how it's going to go.
No, we will.
Oh, y'all.
I think they're going to end up with Angleton and Foster than we think. It's hypothetical. So they'll just replace us. And I think Texas City will drop down. And I don't know if they replace Texas City though. Nope, Kempner or somebody dropped down, didn't he? Somebody in Fort Bend, another school dropped down that's probably going to take.
When are those how do you
Next
say it?
February.
When does it
something
come
like
out?
that.
February.
Yeah, but like B-Rob said, expectations. I grew up in Newton, so yeah, I mean, right now it's like state championship or bust. That's kind of what we was.
So how was it coming back into town? Like, did you guys come right back after that?
Yeah, we the kids. Well, everybody came. I stayed because my family was there. I drove them back. But I don't know if anybody was here because they got back like at 3 a.m, something like that. So it could have been some parents here, but we met in the parking lot after the game.
Okay.
So we went like to lot 10. So kids was leaving with parents. When we got there, it was people everywhere. So they kind of was there. Most of them stayed in Dallas. So, no, it was good. Them kids was freshmen when they came in, and they going out seniors on top. It's great.
There's really no other way to go.
They was so bought in, man. I mean, they spent a lot of time with us. I mean, we was there. They was there every Saturday. Wow. So they working out, watching film. I'm checking film time. You got 10 kids watching an hour and a half, 2 hours of film. So that taste was in their mouth from last year. They wasn't doing it just for them. They was doing it for them seniors that left last year too. That left a good mark on it.
Yeah.
So it wasn't just for them. It was like ring or bust. That's really what it was. We didn't win. I probably wouldn't be here right now. I'm be honest.
I didn't think you would.
What did I tell you? I said, man,
I would be still.
I'm
sick.
praying for one because you guys were in the area, you know, and two, and I'm telling my son, he's like, do you like Shadow Creek? I was like, I love them because they're from here, from the area, but I also love them because if they win, he's gonna come on the show. I know he is. I feel it.
Yeah, I'm wide up now. I'm good.
yeah, man,
I'm good.
So what is that like? What does that do for? I know you're saying y'all are is championship or bust, but what does that do for like you as a coach? Like, how do you fight the complacency? Like, how do you compete with, you know, keeping that same motivation? Because coming off of that loss last year,
it was fuel.
That's gonna fuel you. How do you get not only yourself but your kids not to be satisfied?
I think it's still gonna be fuel because they tasted it now. So now they like, oh man, I want that feeling again. And some of those guys wasn't the starters, so they want to be the main guys that's on the stage. Like they play roles, but we losing a good number of kids. And so them kids like, I'm gonna leave my mark. Even though their mark is already left with this team, they like, all right, it's our senior year. Now come on, man, let's go. Because the seniors is leaving. They led by example, man. I'm telling y'all, they was there in the mornings, busting their butt working out. They there in film. If I'm not in film on time, like I watch film most of the time during lunch or just in there by myself. Hey, coach, we got film. You late. I'm like, boy, that's just not, all right, go in there. Because they was holding us accountable, which that don't take a lot to do for us because we there all the time. But those kids, they showed how dedicated they were. They were policing themselves. Like, they was getting on each other. Like, nah, man, you not finna jeopardize what we got this year. So hopefully that, like, trickles down. And a lot of those kids are already talking about going back. They're like, it felt too good. It's kind of addictive. So it's kind of like when people get tattoos. Hey, if the state championship like a tattoo to you, hey, get tattooed like Robin. I ain't tripping. So I think they already ready to get to work. You know, I got track season coming up and all of them. So, Coach, I'm going to be out there so I can work on my speed. All right, come on. So it's like, it's contagious. It's going to spill over into other programs. That's how I look at it. I don't look at it as complacency. I look at it as like addictive and contagious. I think our basketball team going to make a heck of a run. I think our track programs, baseball programs, they're going to do good. I think because
They're going to
it's
go off
just
that momentum.
it happens. DeSoto done it a couple times. North Shore did it a couple times where they'll win a football or win a basketball, then win a football. It's contagious. I mean, Manville, they're good in like everything. So it's contagious. It's going into the next sport. So I think the kids don't want to be that group that let it fall off. I think that's why the Katie's and like small school Newton stay so good because they don't want to be that group to let it fall off like North Shore. I mean, this is still spilling over from Amon. Coach K is awesome, but Coach Amon, he set a blueprint of what's going to go on in North Shore. I think that's why Zach got sent home. I support what they did. I know that's, you don't know, if you're in a situation, you don't know what you're going to do. So I can't say what I would do, but it's no one person over the team. But I think Coach Amon left a blueprint with Coach K them, and Coach K was there with him so long, and I think that's just the North Shore way. They can always have dudes come through there, and I never really see a dude that's such a prima donna where he's over the team coming from North Shore. I don't know, maybe I'm just blinded to it, but it's no one person like, I'm the show and no one else matters. It's like, all right, this is North Shore. This is East Side, as Willie would say. So, and there's a lot of homegrown guys on that coaching staff. I think that what helps it. And having guys like B. Rodham and Manville who've done this, who's played, and you can kind of talk to kids listen a little more when you've kind of done it. I'm just going to be honest. Yeah. And they know you care. So, but as coaches, you got to stay fueled. I'm already back in the lab. I'm ready to go again.
Ready to go.
This is a great feeling, man. I'm ready to go to track. I'm like, shoot, we got to go.
Can get you one there.
Yeah,
huh?
I'm just saying, we got to go get some buffs and Manville.
Oh, man.
Banks had them guys rolling over there, man.
So
Coach
you-
Bennett got them rolling at Manville. So it's like, sheesh.
So you coach track as well?
Yeah, I'm the head boys track coach.
Wow.
So it kind of go hand in hand, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think Coach Bennett is the receivers coach over there.
Right.
He's the head
Track coach.
Coach Banks is the head track coach at Marshall, and he's running backs, quarterback, something at
I
Marshall.
don't know what position he coaches in football, but he does a great job with that
Yeah.
program. The track
So-
program, they're the real deal.
North Shore, the DC Cross is the head coach of the boys track team. So I think it's kind of like correlates. If you look at those teams at the state meet last year, somebody put up a stat of
Tell them this is a big conversation in our little youth football. I'm pointing at the
Oh,
camera.
I was like,
okay. I was like,
It's a big conversation.
another guess.
Yeah, but they always talk about people not running track and people running track, and is it a big deal? So it's beneficial for these people to hear that the track program and the football program are kind of running. hand in hand.
When we talk about those skill positions, the big boys, keep them in the weight room. They can throw for you,
Right.
whatever. They can get some stuff, but they need that weight room. But we talking about receivers and DBs and stuff like that. What are you doing if you're not on the track? You gotta be fast.
Exactly.
So if you're not running, how you gonna get fast? You gotta run to get fast. And it teaches kids how to compete. If they scared of that track, they gonna let you down on 4th down and 2. That's just my opinion. If
That's an awesome.
if they
way to
scared
look at it.
to come down that home stretch of getting sucked up or like, hey, I can't count on you into the game versus didn't run. I'm just saying that number 27 really didn't run in meets for us, but he was at practice every day. T.J. Marshall knocked that ball down. He's like, Coach, I'm out here. I'm going to work your outside linebacker. But he was in the weight room, but he wanted to get fast also. He said, Coach, I'm going to be out there. All right, come on. I'm not going to turn you away because I know how it go hand in hand. Like Devon, I'm telling you, Marshall, kid's the fastest kid in the state of Texas. Like I said, might be the country. And it showed every Friday night.
Yeah.
He'd break your ankle like you was in mud.
He crazy. He's crazy.
But yeah.
I got an insider, so I'm not going to say names of schools, but somebody called me. Was like, hey, this job is coming open. And it was a good job. Like, it was a good school. And he was like, call your boy. You remember this conversation? He said, call your boy. So I called him. I called you. We'll talk about it if you don't remember it. But somebody called me. I called Gully. I was like, hey, man, this dude said that this job is coming open at a good school. And Gully told me, nah, man, I'm going to stay where I'm at. Straight up like that.
I saw what was – I mean, we was putting in the work when we was going Renegade schedule 2 years ago. But I saw it, man. I was like, these kids –
this was at that time, too. This was before y'all were – this was when y'all was playing Kip.
Yeah. It's like, man, we got some special here, and we got a good staff over there that we ain't just there coaching together. We actually genuinely like each other. Like, it's 5 Cougs on the staff. Myself, Coach Crean, Coach James, Coach Woods, Coach Glapp. So, I mean, we're boys, but they all offensive guys. I'm the only defensive Coug over there.
Wow.
But I'm with JC and Garza and Drones and all them guys, and great relationship. I think you got to have respect for each other to be able to work. And we check those egos at the door. Them kids check those egos too, because we have some kids want to be prima donnas, and we had to kind of get out of that. Like, hey, you ain't above the team. I mean, we didn't send the kid home because we didn't have to run into that situation, but they ain't try us either. True. So it was like. They understood their role. They understood they could be a 4-star kid, but they did do their job so the team can be successful. And they're not bigger than the team. So
yeah,
I think that goes hand in hand. I think there's a lot of talented teams around Texas, in Houston, a lot. But what sets them apart is kids buying in. Exactly. I think coaches buying in, because there's a lot of coaches say they bought in, but they're not bought in, because it takes. He's been there twice to state championship. It's a grind. We went 2 years back to back, and I got home. I might slept for a day after I came off my high. Like, I was like on cloud 9, but when I got home, my body was like, boom. Like, come on, man, give me a break. I'm good now though. Yeah, but I'm back ready to go celebrate. You're ready. But that's a grind. But I wouldn't trade it for the world. I'd rather feel tired like that than going out the first round or not having a successful season. You got to have passion about this game. And if you're not passionate about it, you're going to get burnt out, tired, and you're not going to give the kids all they deserve. It's about the kids at the end of the day. And if they bought in, they want to work, I'm not for to go home if they trying to work. Exactly. Coach, you going to open the weight room? No, all right, I got you. I give you 45 minutes, go lift. I work on something here. If they want to work, I'm going to be there. Yeah. I got a family, though, and they know that. But my wife is very understanding.
That's good.
I mean, we all got wives, so it's like, it's a grind, and they know we love it. So they support us right by our side and push us to be the best we can for those kids. And these kids work hard. They got talent, but they put in the work. So I know, man, we're doing the same thing. They grind. They're not going off pure talent, because talent don't get you so far. It's plenty of talented teams that get beat by a good team, if you get
hard-working team.
Yeah, it happens every year.
Yeah,
every year. And we can't just say, hey, we're just going to go out there and win on talent. I mean, it didn't work last year versus Highland Park. And we was ready for that game, and they had about 4 plays in that game that hurt us. I know he's going to talk about some things. But it was like 4 games that hurt us, and our kids played their hearts out, and we came up short. So it was like, we're getting an opportunity at this, because some people only get that one. Some people don't even get a shot at it.
Yeah. Right.
And we had it within 365 days of each other to get another chance to redeem it, and we was able to bring it back to the H. So
speaking of Highland Park, they beat both of us in consecutive years.
Yeah. Those got asterisks by them. Jerry Jones beat y'all. Simple as that, man. Those people, man. That man got his grandson in the game, in his stadium. Y'all could have brought Jesus y'all wasn't gonna win that game, man. Both of y'all, like it was just too much to go against. Y'all going against Jerry Jones. He can't buy the Super Bowl.
I saw something.
So the next best thing he can do is buy his grandson
I saw
two
something
back-to-back
the other day
state titles.
on Facebook. It was a meme. It had a picture of Jerry Jones, and it said the only NFL owner that spends so much billions and only has high school state championships.
Look,
And I'm
look,
a Cowboys fan.
His grandson is gone. Did they win the state championship? The 2 years his grandson was there, they won nail biters with the little retarded dude in the suit on the sideline. And
Oh man.
look, this is not their words, people. This is mine. They're my guests. But I just don't think that they should have won those games. And it's not because I'm watching Jalen Preston go down on a 1 yard short. You don't think Jerry Jones got enough money to buy 1 yard? You crazy.
Well,
That's
I just
close,
think
man. Golly.
if they had the replay, as a matter of fact, I'm confident that the replay is available in the state championship game because of that game.
I think so also. We had it the following year. I think it was because of that game, because it was too many things happening in that game that could have
Right.
swung it, and
Yeah,
especially at the end.
So we all agree. But they can't say it. I can't.
course not.
It like Manville should have beat that team. So we can move on. Manville should have won again. Like we can move on. We can move on. It's no way that team was better that day. Like it's no way. You watching that game, you like, what else can possibly go wrong? Like what else can the lights shut off like the Super Bowl that time? What else can they do? And Jerry Jones sitting up there. You got the owner of the Cowboys sitting at the state championship in the press box like it's the first round of the NFL playoffs. Come on, dude. I know y'all gotta believe that, hey man, we lost the game, we gotta coach better, but I don't think so. I feel like y'all had to coach against the state of Texas and $1 billion that day. And if y'all didn't have Robert Kraft on y'all's team, Robert Kraft the fourth, you had no chance. No chance. We need those sound effects. That on WWE. No
sound bites.
chance.
The sound
That's
bites.
what you got. Man, Jerry Jones robbed.
It's
y'all.
garbage.
I mean, their head coach is a good head coach though.
Yeah, no, he's not a bad.
Oh yeah, he's a
Nah,
legend.
yeah,
But what he
yeah.
wears is silly. Look.
Yeah, because he actually coached Brad, right?
Yeah, he coached our head coach. I know he's true. He coached our head coach at Shadow Creek. He was his high school coach.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, so it was. He made some adjustments that game, done a few things. I was like, oh, man, that was experience. But this year we went back, was like, I don't care who we playing against. We're gonna be locked in to make sure we cover every detail, and we just didn't cover that starburst.
You could tell though, like I could tell in y'all's game that y'all's players wanted it more.
Right.
Oh, they was confident.
Watching it, I was like, man, they wanted more. Like they wanted more. Even the big number 16, and those kids were playing hard. But beyond that, like it didn't look like it looked like a team versus a couple
A
players.
couple, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, it looked like a team.
Even when they
versus a couple.
scored, it was just like, yeah, but you're not going to stop their offense, or you're not going to overcome that adversity to come back and win this game. But at the end, it was like, all right, maybe I spoke too soon. But, because of penalties and all that. But the whole game, the mood was Shadow Creek's dominating this game. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
I think our kids, they heard for a week about how it was crazy about how Ryan was going to run through us, and our kids were like, man, they ain't played nobody like us. I said, exactly. They've been up there playing, but they spent a whole lot of energy. They lost to Highland Park 3 years in a row in the semis.
Mm-hmm.
So to finally get over that hump, get to the state championship, they spent themselves. That's what I thought. Like, oh, they happy to be there. They dousing the coach. We did that last year. We dumped the Coach Butler, on the way to state. This year, I like, no, we got to go finish.
Exactly.
So when I saw that, I was like,
So
they happy to be there. We finna
Yeah.
pop them in the mouth, and them like, what the heck is going on? And that's what happened. Our kids, though, knew it was going to happen, though. Like, that game could have been a 2-3 score game, to be honest. It came down to the last play, but our kids were walking confident, playing confident, and knocking the living dirt out of anybody wearing another jersey. Like they were popping people, but that's what they was doing most of the year. So
I put it on Facebook at halftime that I was like, man, I know how I feel to dominate a game and be only up by 6, because y'all dominated that game.
It's plays here, plays there, and people hang around. And if you let them hang around, they have an opportunity to throw up a Hail Mary to try to win the game. But our kids, even when we called that timeout, they were like, Coach, we got it. They were just confident. They wasn't panicking. Like, Coach, we got it. We're going to knock it down. But actually, the D-line was like, we're going to get him. Don't worry about it. He won't get it off. They was like, he got away from him, and they knocked it down. Just like, Coach, we told you we got you. It was just like, I appreciate it, because my heart stopped for about 10 seconds. But they was just confident. Like, man, these kids are all in, man. And it happened to a great group. Great community. And, try to go do it again next year. That's the plan. We got to have a great offseason.
You guys, do you think you're going to repeat?
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's the mentality.
Of course.
We're gonna start working at it right now. We don't even know what district we're going to be in.
That's why I asked.
We don't even know. So our mind frame is we go 1-0 each week, but the ultimate goal is that feeling felt too good. Like, I'm telling you, I didn't sleep that night. Like, I didn't come home.
That's awesome, man.
I didn't sleep that night either. Like, and then I drove back the next morning, so I was 5-hour energy rolling.
I called
Like,
I called his ass right after the game. He ain't answer. I knew he wasn't gonna answer, but shit, he called me back like
I don't know, about
almost
3, 4, maybe 4:30. I don't know in the morning.
yeah, he called me back late.
I was still up.
And we talked for a whole hour. I was wide. I was pumped up talking to him.
Man,
on the
that's
phone.
awesome.
I thought I was going to wake up. Like, man, please, I didn't want to go to sleep. Thought I might have been dreaming or something. But
Did you guys get medals as well?
yeah, we got medals. I brought it. Someone told me to bring it.
Uh-oh.
So we did get a medal. I don't have no idea how the ring's going to look, but that's going to be up to the big man.
Wow. I thought he was going to come in here wearing it.
No, man. It's going to go
That's
up
nice,
on my
This is awesome.
So last year we had the silver one. So I kept it visible in my house. I kept looking at it. Yeah, I kept looking at as a reminder, like, hey, man, that's a good medal. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
I felt one of these.
Oh, yeah, you got a couple of us.
I didn't.
I felt that before, guys.
And it was just like motivation.
Yeah.
Like our kids, they kept theirs visible, most of them. They wore their hats like, nah, we going to go finish this thing. Like it was a mindset. We had no doubt. We was cool that day, like it's a normal day. Let's go do work. But they the ones going to be in trouble, not us. Man, kids played well and community showed up. We had a lot of people there.
Did have a lot. I did see
it
that.
was rocking. Mm-hmm. Had a couple people come kind of follow us around. And you know that I think Baller Tribe and some other like media outlets. And that's good for the kids. You know, when you're always exposing the kids,
Yep.
that's great. And those kids had a great job with it. They represented us well. And we brought it back to H-Town. 2 of the 3. I think us, North Shore, Marshall's very close.
Right,
If they had 2 more minutes, because they hit the momentum, they hit a run.
Yeah.
And they started playing very well. It was just like,
As the
man,
game
time ran out. So
that was a good game too.
yeah, it was.
I thought y'all's games were the top 2 of the weekend.
Yeah, came down to the end on both. If they get that onside kick, who knows?
Right.
I mean, they have a good shot because they couldn't stop Marshall offense at that time.
Mm-hmm.
Navon and what's the quarterback number 1 name? Hornsby was
Hornsby,
They was
yeah.
going crazy.
Where is Hornsby going?
He was committed to North Carolina, but he decommitted.
I don't know where.
So I don't know where he's going at right now.
Do you guys think that Virginia Tech is a good fit for
Davis.
the kid from North Shore? If he was your son, like looking at the way he played the
I
last
hadn't
month,
watched VTech
I haven't
offense
either.
like that to say that.
what they're comparing it to is Vic, Vic's brother, Tyrod Taylor. Those type of guys are Virginia Tech guys. So they're saying that he kind of fits that mold or that bill.
The only thing is the kid's a junior. There's a whole lot can change.
That's my take on it. It's he's got something locked in right now, but I think as the time goes on, I think a lot more offers are going to come to the table because of what he's done back to back in the state championships, and then he's got a whole another year left, and it's. I think he'll be committed.
I personally hope somebody in Texas goes and gets him, man. Somebody around.
Yeah,
here.
but we're in Texas. Like I know, I get what you're saying. I would love him to stay home.
Baylor.
But like
Tech.
that would be. But the Baylor quarterback is only second, third year, or is he senior?
No, I
Because
think
that
he's
kid
a
came
senior.
from like Westlake or
Lake
Travis.
Travis.
Right.
Yeah.
He's a senior.
Like,
He's
he may
up
be
there.
a junior. He may be a junior.
Okay, like Baylor would
Well,
be actually a pretty good fit. I ain't thinking about
we
that.
could have Derek leave and then have him come in the next year.
Well, if that of course the U of H is always the first.
I got you.
But I'm saying I think when I see that kind of talent in Texas, and then it's like he's going to Virginia Tech, like we're not going to even be able to watch him.
That's true.
This
Like
guy
we're not going to be able
trembles.
to watch him.
He
grow.
trembles when that stuff happens, man.
Like I hate it. I hate it that and being a U of H person, I hate it that we can't keep talent right here in Houston because of politics, not because of anything other than politics. We got good facilities.
Right.
We got good everything. There's nothing that we don't have. We have a coach that's putting people in the league, right? At Virginia Tech, he was doing everything he needed to do at VTech. He could have stayed at VTech. He didn't have to leave, right? So we got a good coach, a good Division I coach. We got a good program. I don't see why more people don't stay at home. Now, that's a topic for another week. But kids like that, the moment we start getting kids like that, because there's nothing that, in my opinion, that Virginia Tech can offer that the University of Houston can't offer.
No, I hear you with that. I hear you. I mean, I would love to see him stay on, even if it's A&M, Texas. Even if you cross over a little bit to LSU.
Not
I know
Texas.
you're not going to.
Not Texas.
This guy right
Just
here.
somewhere.
I mean, Oklahoma State may be a good fit for him.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
about mid-year, about the fifth game, that kid changed, man. Like, he was already good, but he started doing some stuff like he's on another level right
Yeah.
now, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
He almost had people's regular season rushing stats in the playoffs.
man,
In 6 games, 5 games?
He's electric. He's really good. He's
good.
He's on the same level as a De'Eric or what's the kid that went to High Tower a couple years ago that went out to Oregon.
Can't think
I
of.
think I'm missing.
Do you think that you say about the third or fourth game he changed? Do you think it's because of all the other distractions that
Well,
were going on?
I'm not going to say he changed. He elevated a little.
Oh, yeah,
bit. Like
okay,
he actually started. I think it was some more called runs. Honestly,
Yeah.
he started doing some stuff where his legs, like he was making people look silly.
Yeah.
Like they already run the RPO stuff and they have a good offense. And when you add him into doing more, I think they gave him what he could handle. And I think it got to the point where like, hey, you can handle more. And they just say, here you go. And he just like blew it out the water. I mean, when they played the Texas season, that was
That's ridiculous.
amazing.
yeah.
Well, when they played Katie, he was on a different
Yeah,
level.
it was
Yeah.
crazy.
I was sitting in there like, dude,
what's going on?
Katie, I would abort the coverage. Like, I'm not even covering the receivers no more. I'm going to try to stop this run.
He killed them, man.
That's crazy. Like, that kid was on a different level. But
Yeah.
it's probably something along the lines of you lose 2 All-Americans, basically. You lose 2 great football players, and Banks and Evans. He's suspended.
Right.
You lose those 2 kids. So he had to kind of
Pick up that slack.
shoulder the load a little bit more,
Yeah.
for the team. And, a lot of kids, especially juniors, might not respond to that.
Right.
And he responded and showed you why, why
I think
he
that's
is what
why
he is.
the offers are going to come because of what he did and the fact that he didn't have Evans in the state championship and they still dominated the game, and now people will probably say, well, Jackson wasn't playing for Duncanville, but regardless, they dominated that game. Regardless.
I think you say offers coming. I actually think he's offered by all these guys already. I think, but I think Bama's offered him. I think they have. I got to go back and look at him. I think Bama offered him. I think A&M offered him. I think he chose VTech over those schools. I'm gonna have to go look at that, but I think
you might be right.
because he was hot. Like they was coming through and boom, boom, boom. But I think A&M or UT has a commit from the Tompkins guy. I think the Tompkins
Yeah,
quarterback is
right.
going to one of
Jalen
those
Milroe.
schools.
Yep.
So it's kind of like he's probably looking at that also. Like, hey, we're in the same class.
Yep.
I know he'll go compete, but he's like, shoot, I might can go here.
Smart.
He probably saw Vic. He probably saw Taylor. Probably like, if they're gonna do that, them guys play in the league.
Yeah,
I mean, Taylor's still playing in the league, so they probably like.
I think he's going to be successful with whatever he does, just because he seems like a hard-working kid. He seems like he can handle the load under pressure.
Right.
And I think a lot of college recruiters, coaches, everybody in that level, I think they see that and you want to have somebody like that on your team.
You want winners.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
by any means.
What's the old boy that's at Arizona now? Like Kyler Murray was.
Yeah.
He lost one game in high school.
Yeah.
Like this is kind of where this kid is. Honestly,
Yeah.
he lost.
He's a little bigger though. No?
I think he is bigger.
He is
He
a
is
little big.
big,
He
yeah.
lost to Katie once. And his freshman year in the playoffs, he lost out to Tassacita maybe. I think he's lost 2 games.
Man.
Because he came in and started starting his freshman year like late in playoffs or something like that.
Yeah.
So he's lost twice.
Wow.
And he's about to be a senior. And he might not lose no more. You just don't know. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm saying,
yeah,
you
yeah.
never know.
Because they're getting Banks back next year, right?
Banks is I
Yeah,
think he
he's
is
a junior.
He just something with his foot. Is it still the same foot he hurt and then came back?
Yeah.
Hurt again?
Yeah.
I was looking at those rankings, and that the guard that they have is actually ranked higher than the tackle that they have for next year's class. In his class, he's ranked higher, and they got Banks and the quarterback ranked. And I saw y'all had a few like 2 or 3 receivers that's ranked. So it's like, man, the rich get richer. Like it's just coming back. Like keep cycling those kids into the program. What advice would y'all have for like to me, coverage and throwing the ball is a something that we don't do at a young. People throw the ball, but without any real concept to it, right? They just we're gonna throw the ball, and that's what they kind of do. And people teach cover, but without any real concept to it.
Right.
So what advice would y'all? Now, mind you, these are the kids you're gonna be getting. We coach right here in this area, so these are the kids you're gonna have to take up there to Dallas with you to win a game. So make sure this is good advice because we got some idiots behind that camera. So give them the advice. What should they be teaching these kids in regards? I will go with you, B-Rob, first, into route running. What should you be teaching a kid right now to start? What's the most important thing?
Obviously, you want to do what a kid can do. You don't want to have a kid trying to do things outside of their skill set at an early age. So, teaching a kid to throw a go route is, a good starting place. All right, teach the kid to throw the ball over the outside shoulder. All right, teach the quarterback to keep a good base. I don't care what sport you play, your base and your feet is the most important thing you can do. If you are off balance, you're not going to do anything. So even at receiver, when you coming in and out your break, you got to have a good base when you come in and out your break. So those are things that, you can teach like simple runs like the slant, the hitch. All right, tell the quarterback it's a catch and a throw. All right, it's a little tougher because in Little League, the coverages, they just all over the place. You're just going to have kids everywhere. So you can't really teach a kid how to read unless you're playing at an extremely high level of Little League football. But, teaching kids the basic routes of how to run a go, how to throw a go, how to throw a slant, how to throw a hitch. I mean, that's where I would start at.
I'm like B-Rob, the basics. I know we've talked a couple of times when I start talking to Swan about, hey, man, just move, and I'm like, man, these are small kids. I'm like, you might not be able to implement that in with those kids. But the basics, knowing how to backpedal properly and getting out of breaks and competing. I'm a big competition guy. Like I said, we had a receiver come over and start 12 games for us. I mean, he hadn't even played DB, but he competed and he was coachable. Because no matter where those kids go, like those defensive schemes may ask them to backpedal, they may ask them to shuffle, they may ask them to play cover 3, cover 2, read coverage or some type of coverage, man. And I think it depends on where they're going, but I think they need to have the basics with backpedaling, shuffle technique, playing a little man here and there.
Yeah.
Because if you go to North Shore, they're going to play man. You come to us, we'll play some man, but we'll play more zone concepts. So a kid who might not work for them might be perfect for us.
Right.
And a kid who might not be able to get down some of these zone concepts might go over there and just say, me and you, I got you. So I think a kid needs to have the skill set of a base of being able to play some man, back pedal, shuffle, things like that, and be coachable and be able to say, I can't play this zone. I'm a man guy. No, you got to be able to play both.
Right.
Because that happens to a lot of college kids. I saw a lot of my homeboys not play because they couldn't buy into. But if you get them in a combine, they're going to murder it.
Were they good?
But then what we was trying to do, like it was like mentally, like you had to be locked into what we wanted to do. And sometimes they just like, man, I just want to just hold that guy. Like, man, you got to play within the defense.
Exactly.
So
They were good, man.
be right. Be right. Name the worst.
Oh man, what do you about to
Name
say?
the worst player on the college roster when you were there.
I'm
Or
not
give me a
doing that.
number.
I'm not
Give me a
doing that.
number.
Oh,
I'm not doing that.
I ain't going there either.
This guy right here. He has
Hey
all.
man, I gotta put him on. I knew they wouldn't do it, man. I just gotta mess with him. I talked to some guys, man. I've been trying to get everybody on the show, you know, and I talked to some of my old buddies, and I was like, first things first, if y'all come in here, you're not allowed to pick on me. That's the first rule, man. Like, you can't come in here and pick on me. I can pick on you. But, you know, that's how we did. Me, Servy, Byron, you know, Dave is at some school out there.
He was at South Ranch because we played them one
But
year.
he's gone. It's a new school out there on the other side of Katy. Fulshire?
Yeah, it is
Fulshire.
He went to Fulshire. He was at May Creek for a little bit. Didn't
Yeah,
he?
he's at Fulshire now.
Oh, I didn't know
I
that.
tell you what, May Creek be having some cats too, man.
Yeah, they just run this year. They made the playoffs for the first time in a while.
Some people are saying that Tompkins is going to take over that area.
I think they are.
Katie's gonna be Katie.
Yeah.
Katy lines is never changing. My bad. I'm just saying, like, it's what, number 9 school coming up, something like that. And Katy was the original.
Yeah.
And they've been good through 8 other schools. I don't think it's changing. But Tompkins does have a lot of dudes. Tompkins good. If Tompkins would have went 6A Division II this year, they probably would have won it.
Really?
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
If they went 6A Division II, I don't think nobody would have touched them.
Who did Tompkins lose to?
They went big school and they
Tascasita.
lost to Tascasita. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
If they go small
NRG.
school like last year,
Man.
Westlake, watch out.
Oh,
'Cause
yeah.
Tompkins, they were good. They were 7 points within Katy this year.
Yeah.
They lost to Katy and Tascasita.
That's true.
2 dogs. And they're going to be big school, though, because they got 3,700 kids, I think.
Yeah, I tell you what, we're lucky. This is a hotbed for high school football.
Oh,
in
yeah.
the city of Houston.
Oh, it's
How do they fit? Like, you got 9 schools in Katy, and some of them got 3,700 people. Like, where do these people live in Katy? Like, do they
it's
live
steady-
in, like,
it's
Are they
steady
coming out?
growing.
Are they coming? Are they in open district? They are, right?
Open, what you mean?
no, it's lines in Katy.
Nah, it's zoned.
It's zoned.
But so on I-10, when you go into Brookshire,
Okay.
all that's getting built up crazy. A lot of those kids are going to either, I think, Katy, Peyto, or I think it's Tompkins. Yeah. And the other one going to take from Tompkins, though. Some new school, something ranch.
It's
Creek or something.
another Katy school.
Oh, yeah. It's opening this next year.
Yeah, right off of 99, correct?
Yeah, it's gonna take from Tompkins. Now
It's
it
crazy,
has
man.
it has hurt Cinco. It has hurt Cinco
Yeah.
because Cinco is boxed in. I think you got 7 Lakes, Tompkins, Katy Taylor.
Is that what Quay is?
That's what. Yeah, Cinco went 0-10 this year, and Cinco is normally pretty good, but they
Yeah.
I mean it's them kids. done
Everybody's
got-
around them,
Yeah,
yeah.
Yep.
they out of school, so now it's just it is what it is. And Tompkins, they have fresh new faces and fresh coaches, and they got Mark Hopkins over there. He cool. He throwing the thing out there. He doing everything. He running, throwing. Mark, he's a North Shore guy. He's a North Shore guy, and he knows what he's doing, and he's a. I mean, they doing good over there. They got a good defense playing over there too. So,
Yeah.
yeah, Katie's gonna beat Katy. It is what it is. They bring them money
Right.
to Katie. What they talking about? They ain't gonna mess with that. I mean, I'm just saying. It's no shot at nobody. It is what it is. I think if you're an AD or if you're a school district and you have school that done won 7 state championships, and how many appearances they made? Like 11 or 12. I'm not gonna mess with it. I'm just being honest. Like, I'm gonna try my best to keep them guys as a power, because you getting money as a district and your name is steady out there. So, but even with that, you still got Tompkins doing good. You still have May Creek doing good. Still got schools doing real well. So, but I don't know about them linesmen mess around.
How does Alvin do in y'all's district?
Who?
I can say this.
This guy's sorry right here, man.
Well, we're not in the same district.
We're not in the same district. But they, over the course of the year, they did get better.
They did.
They did get better. So we can't say that. That's our brother school. So we got their
I
back.
don't expect you. I feel bad for like the deep part of Alvin, because they look into the outskirts and like, these people are winning 12 games and state championships, and we can't get a boo-boo over
We
here.
had 12 games. We win 12 games in 4 years.
Man, it's tough being a yellow jacket. What are the yellow jackets over there?
Yeah.
Tough being a yellow. Y'all need to send some players over there, man. Y'all need to send some players deep down in the heart of Alvin, man.
I mean, like you said, they was getting better though.
They did get better.
Like,
They got better.
I know he's trying to say it got better from where were they, but I thought during the year those kids started trying to buy in, and we'll see next year. I don't know how many older kids they had or if they was young.
Right.
I'm not even sure, but I think is it Tycho?
Yeah,
I think
Tico.
it's
Tico?
I think
he's
it's
doing
tough
a
for
good
places
job
like
over there.
that, though. Like, all jokes aside, I think it's tough for places like Alvin and Santa Fe, like, because they don't have any, like you're saying, y'all are growing. The area you're in is growing.
Right.
And there's nothing for me to move, and it's not a joke at all. There's nothing for me to move into Alvin for. Like, there's no reason. There's no industry there. There's really nothing in the heart of Alvin. If I'm going to move right now, I got young kids. Most likely, I'm going to move to y'all's side of Alvin.
Right.
You got what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to move on that's where the highway is. That's where the stores are. That's where the malls are. That's where the people are. So that school is going to be at a disadvantage pretty much forever, unless they just get, sometimes those schools have those classes of kids where there's like 5 stud athletes,
Right.
and everybody just comes up together, and they're good. But other than that school, Santa Fe, those places aren't going to get, and it's nothing against them. They're not going to be under. The best they can hope for is a good season, I think. Like, I don't think they can have aspirations unless they drop down to like 3A or 2, of just going to win multiple state titles, because there's nothing in those places that are bringing people in to live there. So you're always going to get, I've always lived in Santa Fe, so I'm going to stay in Santa Fe type of people, homegrown type of people. Like Texas City and Galveston, those areas are lucky to have the industry.
Right.
So they can always bring people in, and you may bring in a good group of people, randomly, to where you can compete on a big stage one year. So, like, whereas y'all are in a good spot, they're just kind of, even if those the same city, they're just kind of in a bad location. That's just my opinion on it. College pick time.
College pick time.
College pick time.
I'm that guy that goes against the grain.
I need another. We don't have any.
Don't
sticky
judge
notes.
me.
We don't have
We don't have any more
notes.
sticky notes at all. I'll take
Hey,
a note. on my phone.
Robert did go 4-2, guys, in the state championships. I gotta give it to him. He went
So
4-2.
Clap for myself.
He lost LaVega, and what's the other one?
Waco, La Vega, and Wimberley.
Wimberley.
Pleasant Grove and Carthage, right? Won those 2 games.
Pleasant Grove. and
Pleasant
Carthage.
Grove.
Pleasant
So
Grove.
you
Texarkana.
so you picked Toledo over Fort Bend Motion.
I did.
Banks, Williams, y'all hear that?
I'm that guy though. Remember, I'm that guy because I was flopping. Remember, and then
He was. I had a whole speech.
and then this guy made me feel bad because I picked Marshall. He's like, "You're wrong." I was like, "Can I switch it again?"
I forgot Marshall had went last year.
Yeah. Did you coach with Williams at Mantwood?
No, that's before I got there.
Because Coach Williams is a good dude, man.
Man, he
Head
does a
coach,
great job with that program.
Great dude, man. He got great guys on the staff. Like I said, we know Banks, we know a couple guys on the staff, but Coach Williams, I was pulling for him because they had the same feeling we had.
Yeah.
But you pull for good people too,
Right.
Of course,
And he's a good dude people want to work for. He's good for kids. So
And they beat us, and I was still pulling for them because I feel like I know those kids because we played them so many times. That the kid that can run fast, Devon and Malik, man, those are special athletes.
Man,
I'm telling you.
Y'all had a good game against them last year, right?
Yes, they beat us in overtime.
Yeah, they
and
beat y'all
then
by
we
2
played them. We beat them the first time this year, and then they beat us in the playoffs.
You're making me feel real bad right now going against
No, so we didn't go against. I personally didn't go against them because of anything that they done. I felt like they were a good team, but Alito is just like seems like to be the class of high school football right now. Right? They're in the state championship basically every year.
They got
They got a show where they're calling themselves Title Town USA. They're getting people transferring into Alito. You know, that's like playing in the state championship. Like is like what y'all are saying. Like it's for them. It's what y'all are trying to set the standard.
and that's good on y'all's part.
That's what it is in Alito. They play in the state championship pretty much. When you don't see Alito in the state championship, you're like, oh, who beat? You're gonna go back and find it. When I know, at least I do. I'm gonna go back and find who beat Alito, who did they lose to. So I just felt like that's a lot to overcome in a close game. I'm always gonna go with that team.
Right.
In the close game, I'm gonna go with that team, with that coach, and it's kind of like going into what we're talking about this college. We're gonna talk about the college picks. A lot of people want to go with LSU and Ohio State. I personally am going to go with the coach. I'm going to go with the best coach. With time to prepare, I say it's coaching over players.
You going with Dabo then?
Absolutely.
I mean, he's been there. Last week.
Right.
I'm going with Dabo.
Ever since they had the playoff system, has Clemson been in there every time?
OU too, right? OU's been in it most of the time.
Did OU go
I
last year?
think the first year that they had the
Clemson made
playoffs
it
system,
out.
Clemson didn't make it. It was Oregon.
Yeah, OU went last year
Okay.
with Kyler Murray, right?
Yeah, they lost
Yeah.
against Georgia.
Yeah, they went.
No, they didn't.
no.
They lost against.
They lost against Bama.
No, they lost against Bama. That's who it was. Yeah, they
And
went.
Clemson beat
Georgia.
Notre Dame.
No.
Notre Dame played somebody, didn't he? I felt like Notre Dame.
I
Was
know
in it.
Notre Dame was in it recently. I don't know if it was last year or not.
We're gonna look this up.
Yeah, just football. There it is, 2019 college football playoff.
I felt like it was Clemson.
Alabama
Bama.
beat Georgia.
That's the championship.
Yes.
Championship.
That's 2 years ago.
2018.
Oh, you know
19.
what?
No, that's right. That's right. 2000. No, that is 2 years ago. That says 118.
Because that's when you talk. That's what you're talking about when he came in for Hurts.
Yeah.
That's when he beat Georgia. Last year, Clemson won,
Clemson won, yeah.
and Clemson beat.
Hit that one right there. Yeah, that's the one. Notre Dame.
They beat Notre Dame to get there, right?
And Bama beat Oklahoma.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then
And I'm
Clemson
pretty-
beat Alabama.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Oklahoma was in it that other year too.
Yeah, because they
With
lost
Baker
to,
Mayfield.
They lost to Oregon.
Bama.
Who did?
Bama.
No, they lost to Georgia.
And Georgia played
Yeah,
Alabama. Yeah,
Baker
yeah,
lost,
sure
yeah.
did.
So OU's been in
you're
it
right.
over
You're
and
right.
over again. LSU's the first time. It's their first time in it.
I think so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
First time.
They hadn't won since like when Saban left, and then they won
Yeah.
something like that.
So who y'all? We can let y'all pick. Visitors get the pick first. Since I don't know if y'all
Hey,
gonna be
just
back
for the
there.
record, I picked Alito just because everybody picked Marshall.
Hey man,
Nah, we
you don't gotta apologize, man.
I apologize.
We can pick who
Was
we
it
want.
Banks, right? Coach Banks? I apologize, Coach Banks.
Coach Williams is the head coach.
Coach
I want
Yeah.
you guys to come on the show as well, so it's nothing personal.
Yeah, they good dudes.
Robert
They
gonna
good
pick.
dudes.
He gonna pick ties now, so we can get all the coaches to come on the show. When they play Manville next year, it's gonna be a tie. Nobody. Hey, we
I don't
love
think
y'all,
y'all playing
coach.
next year.
No, because we're going up. I
Y'all-
got SAD too.
Did y'all set up something preseason? Something? I mean,
No, I mean,
probably ain't
I'm-
talked about it though, because it's
Yeah, and we
they just
like
finished
y'all,
playing.
man. We want to play the toughest in preseason. We want the toughest.
Will we ever
course.
get a Shadow Creek Manville scrimmage in the preseason?
We don't make those bucks, but
No.
that ain't.
I
I
mean,
mean, we
I
got.
don't think either school.
I think we
either
passed
program,
that point right now.
Yeah, I mean, neither one of us are scared to play each other. So I don't know if that'll happen or not.
I'm saying, like,
For
y'all
one,
talking about.
I think these last 2 years would have been good years to play each other. If you get what I'm saying, I think because some of those kids kind of knew each other. I think now it's kind of like we're kind of like, hey, we root for them. Like, hey man, we wish y'all
job.
good luck. It's kind of, I don't know, it's
Yeah.
different now.
And, you know, a scrimmage might be difficult because these kids will try to hurt each other before the season.
Yeah. That's a
So he was
physical
like,
scrimmage.
Yeah.
I want to see Shadow Creek and North Shore.
Hey,
Mid-season.
man.
Mid-season.
Nah, we can't
They
do
can't
it.
do it
mid-season.
I know. I
Mid-season.
just
They
want
gotta
to see
do it
it, though.
beginning.
I want to see it mid-season.
Nah, you
Bro.
know, you never know how things. I mean, we looking for games. So.
And that's no disrespect to you guys.
No,
It's
we
just-
played.
They
they
played
played
North
North
Shore
Shore.
the last
I
few
think we
years.
on
Y'all
a
might own the series.
a three game win streak against North Shore.
Yeah. They used to play them every year.
Yep.
North Shore would play them,
Yeah.
Katy, Westfield, or something
Yeah.
like that. U.S. Trinity, something like that. But
Next
yeah, I
year,
don't know.
we got to get the Checkdown podcast to the state championship. Y'all got to tell the head coaches y'all make it. We got to get an
Man.
interview. Maybe outside the
Sideline
parking
passes? Okay.
lot. No, we're not gonna be that big. Maybe in the parking lot when they get off the bus, we can be like, "Hey, coach, Checkdown."
We had Steve that was there. He was just
Yeah.
in the stands.
We had a tournament, but I definitely wanted to be like both years. Little League football stopped me from being at those games. Like, I'm like, man, I want to go watch. But
I think having it at one venue is cool, but I think it needs to.
I think it should be a neutral spot for both teams.
Well, I think it needs to rotate. I'm
Yeah.
cool with having it, but I know with AT&T how you get to go under there with the buses. It's crazy. It's easier at AT&T, but I think you need to rotate between Houston, Dallas, and San Antonio. You
Antonio.
can throw San Antonio in there. If it's Houston and Dallas, I'm cool with that.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
You could throw
Brownsville should get one.
Waco?
Too.
no,
Waco?
nah. I don't think Waco should because Waco
Baylor,
close to,
you don't think having one in Baylor?
it's close to Dallas though,
Well,
right?
no,
It's-
I
I
mean,
mean,
it's
it's
you know
closer
what
to
I'm saying?
Austin, I think.
It's closer to Austin and Round Rock.
But for them, for La Vega to drive to Dallas is like an hour and a half, huh?
Well,
Maybe 2 hours.
that too, but is Baylor inside?
No, it's outside.
No, it's outside.
See,
That's
we
it's gotta
we're
be
talking
covered.
about the
control
dome.
again.
Yeah, we're talking about
Okay,
the dome.
okay. Yeah,
So
that's true.
I think it would be good, but I think it's. I mean, because it's like a home game for them schools up north.
I
I
agree.
mean, it is.
I agree.
If you put these guys on a neutral field or bring them down to the H, some of these games might not even be close.
Exactly.
I mean, because they dealing with kids going to sleep in the hotel.
Right.
That's why we started traveling 2-3 weeks prior. So they get used to it. I mean, because
That's
It's-
awesome.
it's-
You guys had that. You guys put that mindset in them. Like, get ready for Dallas because this is the way it's gonna be.
Because we're gonna have to win on the road.
Yeah, that's
I mean, it's. I mean, what they was 40 minutes from the stadium. Didn't Ryan was?
Yeah.
Jerry Jones got any more grandsons?
I don't know,
Ain't no
but
telling.
I'm just
I'm
saying,
sure.
man.
Man, you better watch out. He do. You don't want the game there. Or y'all better go get what's the Texans owner?
He's not even alive anymore. What are you
Oh,
talking
my
about?
I'm saying it got to be somebody that owned the team.
Son,
Bob
his son.
McNair.
Yeah.
Okay, you see, somebody
This guy's
owns
taking
the
shots
team.
at everybody
No,
today.
I'm not. Somebody owns the team. You got to get his grandsons on the team, and
That
then
way-
you can play like grandson versus grandson, and you might have a chance.
But you know,
That's-
if that's what the game's gonna be in Dallas, you just gotta have the kids' mindset. We
Yep.
gotta go win on the road.
Yeah,
It's
you
no
can't.
excuses, cause I mean, even though last year we lost by 10, we ain't say, oh man, they need to rotate it like we lost cause it was in Dallas. No, we gonna get back there and we gonna go win in Dallas. So that's, I mean,
I bet
so
you
it's
it was.
like-
I bet you it was real sweet to not only win it and not only beat a Dallas team or Dallas area team, but to beat them in their area. I bet you that was a big thing as well, huh?
I mean, they played in that stadium
All the time,
multiple
yeah.
times. So
That
Back
either
to back.
there or at
Were they playing at the Star?
Frisco. Yeah.
they played
Yeah,
at Frisco,
yeah,
yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty much almost the same environment though. I mean you getting all that. those
Dallas
handouts.
Cowboys
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
You know, we
so-
told our kids, even though they still did it, don't look up.
Yeah, they looked up.
I'm telling you, they did it, but we tried to because you can get lost and you can become a spectator.
Yep.
When you're supposed to be getting ready for punt or punt return, and because it's the best stadium around here, period. And for
Best.
high schoolers to go in there, it's like whoa. But this year, our eyes wasn't big. Them kids were
My
locked in. Like I mean, it's no other NFL stadium. You got Atlanta, who's pretty darn good. All right, but the Cowboy Stadium might be top 3.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I know someone might say it's number 1, but
Absolutely, we got the best stadium.
I mean,
in business.
it's-
now the team that plays in it,
I don't know about
it's
that.
a
right?
different ball game. but
Yeah,
the
my
stadium-
son's team got to play there at the beginning of the season, and some of the kids got yelled at just because they're looking up and looking
man,
around.
it's crazy.
Royce kept asking me, "Daddy, what are they looking at?" Because every time they were like,
Every time,
they
yeah.
showed them on camera, and all the kids were looking up.
Yeah, man.
But what?
It's nice.
We gotta
man.
get these picks, man.
Let's do it.
So who is it? Is it LSU?
Go
playing
LSU and OU. Who you got, Gully?
LSU, OU. I'm going with LSU. I want to say OU, but I think the distraction of that guy probably going to leave and come
Lincoln?
be your coach.
You think he's coming?
I mean, there's rumors out there.
I hope he does.
I won't like. I
think that bothers the kids. Well, they ain't kids, they men.
Right.
But I'm just saying, if you getting ready, oh yeah, I'm not going nowhere, then it happens all the time. I mean, it happened with U of H when Herman left. They tanked the whole season when they found out he was getting ready to leave. Damn. So I know he's not entertaining anything right now, but I don't know. LSU been getting some backlash a little bit lately about some of these recruits they dropped and some things they doing because they winning now. So that could be an issue too.
Yep.
But I'm going with LSU and I'm gonna go with Clemson. Ohio State is good, but I think Clemson gonna win the whole thing. I think Dabo has done a great job with his staff and coaches, and his kids play ball. That's all they know about was winning.
Yeah.
What they unlocked, some of the kids unlocked maybe 2 games in 4 years, and to Bama and 2 championships.
Mm-hmm.
If we just want to be, I mean, it is what it is. They winners.
nobody want to play Clemson right now.
Like and then they tired of hearing that talk about they don't play a strong schedule.
Right.
Yeah.
They're like, what? I mean, I don't even talk about their schedule because they improved themselves the last 4 or 5 years to me. But I'm saying it'd be Clemson, LSU in the championship, and Clemson win by 10.
How close is the LSU Oklahoma game?
I think it's very close. I think it's gonna come down to probably about a 7-point game.
What did I tell you? What did
I think
tell
it's
you
very
last
close.
week?
I think it's 2 or more. It's 17 plus.
You think LSU?
And who's favored?
Who you think win?
I think LSU wins by 17 plus points.
You think?
I think nobody's had this much time to prepare for LSU. And I think when that dude came from New Orleans, he shook up a few college DCs. I think you give somebody a month, he's going to be able to slow barrels down. My personal opinion. Hell, you give me a month, I'm going to be able to do something with it. I mean, that's a long time. But I think once they go to that next week, they got, a week or 2 weeks to get ready for Clemson? I mean, Dabo used to this. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I think I think that experience going to come into play.
I think they probably preparing for everybody in the playoff.
You think so?
Man,
that's a
you
lot
You
of
think
work.
Clemson? Who you think?
No, I think they all preparing for each other.
Man, that's tough, bro.
That's
That
a
is
lot
tough.
of work
I
to
don't know
prepare
how
for
to
3
do
teams.
But look at the staff. They got people, those grad assistants, they breaking down all those teams, I bet.
Oh, they might have them broke down, but I don't think they can like.
No, they're
actually,
not. They're not
practice
going
it.
into detail.
Oh
But
yeah.
I'm
But
pretty sure that all that stuff is broken down.
Oh yeah.
They
Yeah,
ready.
it's
You
ready
got-
to go.
yeah,
Soon as the game over,
Oh,
they
absolutely.
handing out film. I got you.
Yeah, I got you.
But I think it'd be tough to, unless it's some similarities. But I think OU's gonna run something different, totally different than everybody else.
Well, Lincoln Riley, that cat is good now.
Yeah.
He's good.
I think the minds of all those OCs right now is like they're high level.
Oh,
guys.
absolutely.
And they have the top 4 elite quarterbacks. Is it about right? Ohio State kid, was it
Justin Fields.
Yeah.
Fields, Clemson.
Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence
Jalen
kind of
Hurts.
took a little dip,
He did.
but he's still a good quarterback.
He's probably number 4 on the list right now.
Yeah.
Hurts is playing out his mind.
Yep.
I think I rank him Hurts.
Hurts
Burrow.
first.
Hurts first?
Burrow.
You rank Hurts
Fields.
over Burrows?
Just because he's a dual threat. I mean, I'm not a professional, but I mean, I think just because when you have that RPO, I just think a quarterback's more dangerous. I mean, I'm not really if I'm a defensive coordinator, I'm not worried about Burrow taking off because he's not what
I think those
Hurts
3,
is.
I think it's Lawrence and the other 3 are like
Pretty even. Yeah.
Yes.
It's
yes.
pretty daggone close. My personal opinion.
Yeah.
I like them all.
Yeah.
But only one can win. What you think, Swan? I know you got something in the bag.
Hey man, I don't got nothing. I'm
Always, man. Always.
I'm going.
So who did you
Yeah,
pick?
you go.
That's the
B-Rock.
winner though.
As the winner,
He didn't even pick a game.
He didn't
yet.
even pick a game yet.
that I like Hurts because he's a Houston kid. From Mammal, we had a kid, Corey Robertson, who plays for Oklahoma.
Oh yeah,
So
I got you.
I would like to see them win.
Do it.
It's just gonna be hard
Do
to
it.
beat LSU. I just think LSU got too much this year,
Yeah.
and I'm picking LSU to win the whole thing. I think they'll beat Clemson.
So now we got 2 teams. We got a Clemson. Well, I'm going with Clemson. So I'm LSU. OU's gonna get, like my boy Emmitt Smith say, completely blowed out.
I think that's gonna be a close game, bro.
I think it is
you
too.
might even pull that thing
I think
out,
it
but I
is.
think it's gonna be
I
a
think it's gonna be
close
close, too.
game, man.
I think it's gonna be a lot closer than what people think.
Yeah.
So
I'm people, and I'm right.
you got Clemson then?
I got Clemson.
Over LSU.
I got Clemson versus Ohio State being the best game of the season.
Okay.
I think that's going to come down to overtime, last play, last series type game.
You know, I watched Ohio State. Man, it's a lot up in the air because they're good, but how good are they because of who they're playing? You get what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I know the Big Ten is the Big Ten, but if they was in the SEC each week, like LSU, I mean, we could say the same about Clemson, but Clemson's been there. So
Right.
I
got that
Clemson
resume.
also they
Clemson's
built
been
for
there.
speed
Yeah,
too.
yeah, they've been
Yeah.
there, and Clemson don't even come to Texas. That's crazy. They don't even come recruit.
Cause they dipped down in Florida.
Man, they go to Florida, they in Georgia, like they recruit and they getting them dudes.
Yeah.
Like D-line is churning out from Clemson like crazy. Well, everybody's churning out from Clemson.
Yeah.
We had the conversation in the group why, and this is kind of detour. I know we almost.
No,
time
you
up.
good. You good.
Why don't we get more people from here going to Clemson? And you just answered it for me because Clemson ain't coming here looking.
I mean, I don't think they, even though we got great talent, probably the best high school talent in the country, I think they can get them dudes from around there.
That's up for debate.
I know he's Florida. I know he's a Florida guy.
We got Florida in the
But,
building, man.
you got Texas and, you know, Florida behind us.
Then
Nah,
California.
I mean, then Cali. I think so, but then Georgia, that area down there,
Yeah,
is like
Georgia-
crazy.
Georgia's
like,
good now.
Like athletes, like
Yeah.
they gonna be pushing soon. It just ain't as many. We bigger, but they have dudes coming out of there.
Okay, another detour. Florida college football is horrible. Why?
With a capital H. No, you know what? It's all
Why?
caps.
I
all
grew
caps.
up to watching Miami, Florida,
I was
State.
a U fan.
I was a Florida
fan,
State
man.
fan.
I was a huge Florida State fan growing up. As a matter of fact, my cousin played for Florida State. Andre Cooper played receiver. I just think that a lot of kids in the city of Miami they don't want to live in that environment. That's a rough environment. So they go in other places. And so I think that's hitting the University of Miami. And so Florida State, I don't know. Maybe they had the wrong hire. I have no idea what's going on with Florida State. University of Florida, they had a good year. And, you know, shout out to the kid Kyle Trask who come from Manville. He had a great year for them.
Yep,
Yeah.
they did.
But, you know, the other programs is also popping up, like UCF. They're
Yeah.
doing well there. So, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, UCF is doing good. I just like I'm used to Florida, Florida State,
big
Miami.
dogs.
I'm used to those teams being a threat. Like, and Miami just lost the dang on bowl game to La Tech.
They didn't even score.
Yeah, that to me was crazy. Like, you know, Miami.
What does that say? Did they take them
But
lightly?
I get
or-
that. No, I get what he's saying though. Nobody, you know, people don't want to. People are getting killed in those communities. People are dying in those communities. So the kids don't necessarily want it. Their parents are probably pushing like,
Exactly.
get out of here. Go, you know, go to Clemson. Go to,
Yeah.
you know. But you would think that, you know, where's Tallahassee would be far enough. You know, Miami's way down at the bottom. You can't just go. You know,
That's true.
you go to Tallahassee. That should be far enough from Miami. You know, what is the Gainesville? Gainesville should be far enough from Miami.
That's true.
To get the kid out of here. So it's either those people aren't recruiting those areas right, or you know those kids. Like I don't see with all the talent you see coming out of Florida, those schools should not be that bad at football.
Yeah, if I'm Florida State and I'm University of Florida, I'm in Dade County all season long because that Dade County is very similar to the Houston area. That area is very talented. You can pull any high school from out of there, and they can compete against the North Shores. They can compete against the Cadies. Those kids, they're just athletes, man. Now, do they have the same resources that we have, the same stadium, the same facilities on campus? Absolutely not. But athlete for athlete, they can compete.
But I'm using that same pitch. That's when I'm coming in. If I'm coming from Tallahassee, I'm coming into your living room in Florida, and with my bulletproof vest on, and I'm saying, hey. You want to get out of this environment, but you want to be you from Florida. I'm gonna bring Trick Daddy with me. I'm gonna be like, we gonna be
Hey,
from Florida.
You know Trick Daddy was a head coach down there?
in the youth football.
Yeah, no, at one of the high schools.
Oh, one of the high schools. But I'm
I
saying
did not know that.
you bring a Florida environment, but you say, look, you still from Florida.
Yeah.
You get to be a part of the culture right here in Gainesville or right here, and you don't have to worry about all the negativity. Just come here, right? We're not dealing with that up here. We're not dealing, your mom gets to come to the game, your dad gets to come, whoever you got to come to the game, they just got to come 3 or 4 hours up the road.
I think UCF is benefiting though.
Yeah.
I think they are getting some of those kids because of where they was Orlando.
Yes.
I think they getting
Central
some
Florida.
of those kids.
Yeah.
I mean, they've been good now. I don't get me, they're not playing in the SEC or them, but they playing some high level ball.
Yeah, I think
I mean,
Florida still gets the recruits, but they got to deal with Georgia. They got to deal with, and then
Still Bama. Bama's
they got
getting
to deal
people
with
from down
Bama.
there.
So I don't think Florida is in the best situation of the three.
Absolutely.
But Florida State and Miami, man, I don't know what they're gonna do. Like I don't know what Miami's gonna do. Like that's crazy to see them lose to La Tech. I would never think that would even be even a bad Miami team.
Exactly.
I would think would beat a good La Tech team.
Yeah, I agree.
So Robert, your picks.
Oh
What
man,
you
I
got?
thought you were gonna bypass that.
You flip flop every week. So
I do,
what
I
you
do.
gonna
He's
do
going
this
big
week?
Ohio.
So I'm gonna pick the Longhorn. I'm kidding. I'm gonna take Oklahoma over LSU
Okay.
by 10,
Ooh.
and I'll take Clemson over Ohio State. That'll be by about 17.
Oh
and
man.
then
Dang, that's a lot.
and then we'll do Oklahoma over Clemson by 3.
Oklahoma for the win. So we got OU,
LSU.
LSU.
I'm that guy.
and we got Clemson. So no Ohio State got no love.
No.
And I'm not flip flopping.
Dang.
Am I allowed one flip flop or no?
Yeah, one flip flop. Who you want?
No, I'm good right now. Just the week's young. I mean, it's Friday. Never mind.
Yeah, tomorrow the games
Never
are
mind.
tomorrow, right? The
I got
games-
till 2:30 to make a flip flop.
I guess the last thing I have for you guys is: do you think, like this bowl game is on right now? I'm paying attention to it just because I'm a football fan. Do y'all think that these bowl games are like? I know, when we first went to the Hawaii Bowl or whatever, we were pumped up to go to that. Like we was like, oh, we're going to a bowl game. Like now, it don't seem like people are like, bowl game. Is that even important?
Hey, for a guy that played college ball and didn't make it to a bowl game, absolutely. I would have loved to have experienced that.
Yeah.
Now, putting in all that off season, I want some of that free stuff.
Man, we got trash gifts though. They gave us some garbage gifts. Hawaii Bowl gave us backpacks.
Did you play in the
You
bowl?
got those back?
Did you play in the bowl? Yeah.
So I think it matters to certain ones. But if you a top 10 pick and if you're not in the top 4 as far as the playoffs, a lot of those guys are sitting out. I'm not mad at them.
What do you think is top 10? Or you think it's higher than that? Where do you think
Well,
the
not
line
even top
is?
10. It might be first round. It might
30,
be some of
60,
these guys.
90, top 90 guys?
Because you got to think about it. Like I said, I was a big Miami fan when I was growing up. And I think about McGate. Was it McGate?
McGate.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yep.
and that was a national championship. So just think about these guys.
Jalen
like,
Smith.
Ooh.
Just saying,
He
like,
cost himself probably $30 million.
Yeah.
so I'm a big no one's above the team. But we in high school, when these guys get out there to college, they about to make $1 million. Well, about $25 million.
Yeah.
We can't be mad at him. Will we want him to play? Sure. But if he decides to make a business decision,
Respect
coaches
it.
do it every day in college. I mean, it happens all
On
the
a
time.
regular basis.
So it's like I can't get mad at the kid who's doing exactly what his coach may do after they play the ball game.
Okay, on the spot.
I don't know, man.
You senior year, projected top 3 rounds. They got you in the Waxahachie River Rat Bowl.
I'm playing.
You playing?
Yeah, I'm playing.
You playing? Y'all playing against ITT Tech.
I'm a big team. I'm gonna say I'm playing right now.
1,000 fans at the game. Nobody there. It's the River Rat Bowl.
River
Now,
Rat
if you
Bowl.
go
You
say
play.
I'm first round, I almost guarantee.
I'm saying now, top 3. They saying you.
Man, I don't know. I'm probably gonna play, man.
you
Yeah,
gonna play.
because you might be able to improve your start.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna play, and then go to a Senior Bowl and probably still play.
Yeah. See now, I don't think people should sit out of the like because we were teammates, right?
Yeah, I think you
Yeah.
got to look at it like that.
Yeah.
Like myself, I'm probably gonna play, but if I'm probably gonna go number 1, I don't know. I got to think about it.
I'm gonna be in the locker room like, man, what the hell are you doing in here, bro?
Yeah, it's kind of tough.
Get
you
out
know,
of
it's
here.
like-
Get out of here.
but I'm a team guy, and I want to finish with my brothers and
Yeah.
finish it. But some of these guys, I don't get mad at them. Now, if they don't play in the bowl and don't get drafted on the first day, it's like, well, dang. I don't know if that was the best thing you
Yeah,
should
the
have
best
done.
decision. But man, usually it's not a lot of guys playing that's playing in a bowl game that's meaningless. That's the number 1 pick.
That's very true.
Like most of the
It's
guys that are number
probably
1
playoffs or
pick
something like that.
are in that in a big time bowl game.
So where did the dude from Texas get drafted at? Remember the linebacker sit out that bowl game last year?
Texas.
Yeah, Texas Longhorns. That linebacker didn't play in the bowl game. What was his name? And I don't know if he got drafted high. He decided not to play in the bowl game because he was in the draft.
Texas.
Yeah, UT. They had a kid didn't play in the bowl game.
That was
for them
probably
last
the
year.
Waxahachie River Rat Bowl too, because they didn't play in a good bowl game.
I don't.
I can't think of his name right now, but
The
it was-
last standout.
He was a baller though, like last year, and he opted out not to play in the bowl game. I had to look it up.
Yeah.
I'm looking right now.
I,
You say the same thing though.
Yeah, I say play, especially if you're not a top pick, man. Because y'all know we went through all those off seasons together,
Yeah,
man.
man,
All
it's
those
a
tough times. It's a serious grind.
mm-hmm.
They have a full list of people not playing in bowl games, and we can end this. I guess we can end the show with this one. 2 from OU suspended.
Who's that?
You
3
gonna change,
from
you gonna
OU.
change your pick now?
I am.
3 from OU suspended.
Okay.
What?
Nick Coe, DT Auburn Tigers. He's sitting out. He's not playing.
Yeah.
Trayvon Diggs, cornerback, Alabama Crimson Tide. He's not playing. Terrell Lewis, linebacker, Alabama. He's not playing. Stock, first round, second round. Other guy, the Trayvon Diggs stock is first round. Both of these are first round guys.
But if
sitting
they
out.
was playing in the playoffs, I bet they.
Yeah, they would be playing.
See, that's what I'm
Andrew
saying. It's kind of like.
Andrew Thomas, Georgia Bulldogs, top 10 pick, not playing. Kamal Martin, Minnesota Golden Gophers,
They ain't
round
made-
3
they,
through
They
5.
made a bowl game.
Yeah,
And he not playing?
they're playing in the Outback Bowl, and he's not playing. A receiver from Arizona State, they're playing Florida State in the Tony the Tiger Bowl, bro. He's correct. I need to get this guy. Somebody please send this guy a gift from me for sitting out of the damn Tony the Tiger Bowl. The hell are we doing playing in the Tony the Tiger Bowl, bro? No way I'm going to play. No way I'm wasting my time to go play in that. I'm sorry. He's right. I can't say his name. Brandon Ayuk, or something, Arizona State. Good job. I think Herm Edwards the coach at Arizona State.
Yeah.
Yeah, Herm Edwards, good job, man. He should not be playing in the Tony the Tiger Bowl. Another guy that's not playing in the Tony the Tiger Bowl, Cam Akers, Florida State. Texas A&M line, and both of those guys are 3rd or 4th round picks. D tackle from Texas A&M, 3rd to 4th round pick, didn't play, is not playing. UCF's quarterback, the Bad Boy Mowers Bowl,
I mean,
round 7 undrafted free agent. He don't want to ruin his stock. He don't want to drop another pick from free agent.
I don't know.
He shouldn't have sat out the game.
You hardcore, bro.
No, I'm just being realistic, dude. How can you round 7 undrafted free agent? What are you sitting out for? This may be your last chance to play football, buddy.
Are you right?
Like this may be
You
your.
should be
You're
playing.
not top 3. This is round 7 undrafted free agent. You may regret this moment for the rest of your life. You should reconsider.
Is there anyone sitting out voluntarily from the playoff team?
No.
You see what I'm saying? I think-
Mitsubishi Motors Bowl, walk-ons Independence Bowl. Walk-ons Independence Bowl.
So many
These
bowl
are
games,
some
man.
major league games that we're talking about. Florida Gators, and now that's a big bowl, the Orange Bowl.
Yeah.
The dude from Florida, he's number 2 on the list. C.J. Henderson, he's projected first round, and he's sitting out of the Orange Bowl. That's the biggest player right there. And then another D tackle from Miami set out of the walk-ons. That's probably why they lost. That's
Because
probably why they lost.
did McCaffrey set out
Taking all
last year?
shots.
Did McCaffrey set out last year?
I think he
Felt like
did. I don't
McCaffrey
think,
set out.
and Fournette didn't play either.
Well, a few years back.
Yeah.
I think McCaffrey set out.
But as a running back, that might be more understandable than other positions.
Take more of a pounding. A little
Exactly.
bit.
The Tony the Tiger.
Tearing the ACL. This guy right here.
Bro, the Tony the Tiger Bowl.
with
Is that the bowl? The bowl name?
Hey, with that being said, I would have took it.
Me personally, I wasn't sitting out of nothing. I was there, but he was playing. I wasn't playing.
Don't you say it.
So when Drake made that song "Started from the Bottom, Now We're Here," that was about the 2001 Houston Cougars to the 2006. Because when we left, the next year they win the conference championship.
Right.
So you go from winning Jack Diddley to being conference champ. So that I would have played in whatever bowl game. So I get it. I'm making fun of these games because they kind of got out of line with the names of them. But I can see why some of these guys are sitting out. Not all of them though. That guy who's projected a free agent, there's no way you should go play.
Yeah, you're right.
You're doing your teammates bad. But
You
that's
got
all I
anything
got,
else,
man.
Roy?
Nah, man. You ready for the tournament this weekend? CCE.
We'll see. It was very unorganized today.
Oh,
I thought it was.
yeah.
That's me. A lot of parents talked about it
Well,
as well.
we're gonna tell the truth. It was not. This is our first experience doing it. It
It's
wasn't
not what you thought, right?
No, it's not what I thought.
Yeah.
We don't have enough players, stuff like that. But
Yeah.
I don't want to badmouth the event.
No, it's not that. It's just when you charge what you charge, and you have a lot of people coming from out of town, you need to have it
Yeah.
organized. Just
do.
because it's a bad look if it's not.
They're
Like, what are y'all talking about?
Well, so there's a big tournament. People coming from all around New Orleans, Chicago, all around to play in
Oklahoma.
it. Kids to play in the tournaments from 7 years old all the way to 13.
Yeah.
13 years
14.
old. So you got a bunch of kids out there, a bunch of talent everywhere, and it just wasn't well put together this year. So, some of the parents on my team are complaining about the equal levels of talent across each team.
Yeah.
It's
That's
like
what
this
I've heard,
team is
too.
way better, and then we just got a little poo-poo team over here. So it's like,
This guy's vocabulary is awesome.
it's like,
This
so
is every time I talk to this guy.
that's every time y'all talk to me too.
This is fun.
It's awesome.
This is what it is.
Poo-poo team. It's awesome.
He being nice about it.
Hey, yeah,
Yeah.
like but
It's a good event though. I mean, it's a good event.
my son's having fun. He was-
Exactly.
That's
That's all
all
that
that
counts.
matters. Yeah.
That's all that counts.
He having fun, man. So
Kids are all having fun. You got anything else?
nah, man. Appreciate y'all coming out, man.
Thanks for having us, man.
Oh,
Get
yeah,
y'all out
Appreciate y'all.
sure.
Appreciate y'all.
before the season. If y'all, if y'all can call in, or we can talk
Yeah.
about preseason or whatever, how during camp or something. You tell y'all coaches, I'll definitely be at the state championship next year
If you want
with
to
my
talk
shirt on.
Texas City,
No, not no Texas. Why would I wear that over there?
I don't know.
I don't want those people to know I'm from we not at
You're
the
gonna
state
offend some
championship.
people right now.
Everybody from Texas City, if you're really from Texas City, you're doing like this right now. Like, we should not be 2-8. That's embarrassing. You know what I'm saying? I'm from my city. I represent my city. But at the state championship, I'm not going to be talking about Texas City because they're going to be like, oh, y'all the team that we beat 46-0
You're gonna
early
put one
in
of
the
those
year.
Shadow Creek shirts on or the
No,
Manville
man.
shirts.
I'm gonna put the podcast shirt on. I'm
Oh.
gonna try to interview the coaches.
There you go. There you go.
I'm gonna be working.
I like the way
I'm
you
not
think.
gonna be up there for Texas City. Hopefully we can bounce back, man. Hopefully I can get one of my guys, man. When 5-6 years when they tired of winning state championships over there, maybe they want to go rebuild.
There you go. There you go.
You know.
Hey, you guys need to talk to Coach Banks from Marshall and let him know it was no hard feelings.
Wow,
Coach Williams.
Yeah, Coach Williams is the head coach. Yeah.
Coach Williams,
is
okay.
the head
Yeah.
coach. Coach Banks is over there though. He's a good dude, but Coach Williams is. He probably laugh at it if he see it. He'll laugh.
Oh,
No, I'm for real. He's a good
yeah.
dude. He be like, cool.
y'all. Anybody watching, man, we don't mean no harm. We're just talking,
Not at all.
making honest picks. I didn't make any of my picks. I really thought y'all were gonna win the game. I didn't make my pick because I know Gully, and I know Al, and I know all those guys. The week before, I picked y'all, right? I picked y'all to beat
Yeah.
Marshall.
I picked-
I picked against Marshall back-to-back weeks.
I picked y'all to beat Wagner, I think. Was it Wagner? Yeah. Wagner.
Yeah,
Hopefully y'all picked us to win all them things.
yeah, I picked y'all every
Of course
week.
I did.
I think I picked Maynard to beat y'all. How the hell did Maynard? Man, let's go. Good night. 8-5.
They hit a run though, man.
Man,
Yeah, it was crazy. Sometimes you just hit a run and you beat people when it's raining and wet. And
rice sucks.
Hey, once again, I appreciate you guys coming by.
appreciate y'all, man.
Do I
Also-
suck?
Congratulations on your state championship.
Appreciate you,
Best
man.
of luck to you guys
Thank
next
you.
year.
Appreciate it.
I'm your host, Robert Lopez. This is my co-host.
Can we beat U of H?
with Coach? He's taking shots every show. Coach Gully, Coach Robinson. We appreciate everybody tuning in. We may take a break next week. We'll let you guys know. Keep you updated on our Facebook page. Happy New Year.
It, man.
Have
Happy
a great,
New Year.
Have a great
Merry
New
Christmas,
Year.
man.
Merry Christmas.
Hey, keep watching, man. We're gonna try to keep getting people here who know more about football than us. We're gonna try to keep y'all tuned in with recruiting, learning more. We're gonna make jokes. I'm gonna make jokes. That's how I live my life. But it's not about me. It's about getting these guys in here and telling us about what we need to do with our kids and how to get our kids into these types of programs or how to make the programs in our neighborhoods like these programs. So it's on us, guys. It's not on anybody but us. So good night. Appreciate y'all listening to it.
Thank you for tuning in to the Checkdown Podcast.
Appreciate you.